And what's good, everybody? Welcome back here as part of the doubleheader, the Champions Classic, as I join this one right in progress right now with a play-by-play. We just finished up Michigan State versus Duke with Michigan State with a W, but we are back here for stream number 2 as we are 1.5 minutes through in this one. 18:30 left to go in the first half. Kansas going right to left in the court with a basketball with the blue uniforms, white numbers, white letters, and Kentucky with the white jerseys, blue letters, blue numbers for this one, as it looks like Kansas went up for a jumper to free throw circle, but a foul was picked up by Kentucky. That appears to be their second personal by Isaiah Jackson. We just started up this game about a minute and a half ago, everybody. So if you guys are new in the stream, spike that thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and let's go, everybody. We welcome you guys right back onto the stream. Kansas with the ball, floats it up, gets blocked into the air, and Kentucky has the basketball. Askew hands it over at the right baseline, over to Boston. Back over to Askew, takes the three. That one's no good off the mark. Missed the three-point shot. Rebound back to Kansas. Jayhawks dribble past half court. Still scoreless. 2 minutes through right now. Christian Brown moves it back over to the left wing. Wilson takes the three. It's no good off the mark. This might be a defensive slugfest type of game today. Kentucky slowing tempo here. It's Devin Askew with the basketball. Passes over to the left wing. And that's going to get stolen here by Kansas. Out to Brown. Wide open three. And he is off the mark there. Christian Brown missed it, but they're going to get the offensive rebound, and they put one back. So Kansas on the board first in this one. 2-zip the score. So let's see here. Taking a look at the chat right now. Trevor, Danny, as the mod squad is back here with Vaughn and Bradley in Vegas once again. Welcome back, Jackson, as well. Jason back here as well. Salvador Chavez. Welcome on board, man. Kentucky. Goes inside, no good. He missed the shot. Rebound, Kansas. Only 2 points so far. Kentucky, 0 for 4. Missed all 4 shots. Kansas, 1 for 7. To start off this game, almost 3 minutes through. Kansas jacks up another 3 off the mark. No good. A rebound back over to Kentucky. Hey, we got Ari Majors here. This is Raptor here. Main account. That's really odd, man. So, girlfriend letting him use her account. No problem, man. No problem, man. Glad to have you back here with Ari Majors for Raptor right now as Kentucky takes the 3. No good. They get the offensive rebound, and finally they put one back up and under. That is good. Off the backboard as Terrence Clark finds it. So he gets the first 2 points on the board now for Kentucky as we have 16.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Kansas takes the 3 straight away. They hit it down. Achai Agbaji from the perimeter knocks it down. Evan, what's good here, man? Glad to have you in the channel once again. Kentucky inside. Oh, big jam right there off the cutter. Huge slam by Kentucky, and Isaiah Jackson. We'll see if he can tie it up at 5 apiece here as he'll head to the free throw line and shoot the and 1. 2 fouls so far by Kentucky. 1 picked up by Isaiah Jackson and 1 by Terrence Clark. So those are the fouls so far. Hey, what's good? Jack's back here in the channel as well. What streams am I doing tomorrow? Tomorrow will be Gonzaga, West Virginia at 7. And then a late game tomorrow, 10 o'clock, I'll be doing Illinois against Baylor. So those are the 2 games I'll be going for streaming for tomorrow. 7 and 10 tomorrow. West Virginia, Gonzaga, Illinois, Baylor. As the free throw, the and 1 goes down by Isaiah Jackson, tied up at 5. 16 minutes as we approach the mark left to go in the first half. Christian Brown loses control of the basketball. Kentucky with a steal, and they're going to cash it in for an easy 2 points right there by Davion Mintz. So Kentucky takes the lead here first time today. The transfer from Creighton able to cash in the points off of turnovers. Oh, yeah, incredible games. 2 great games tomorrow as part of the Jimmy V Classic. Kansas has it right back now. Marcus Garrett at the left elbow. Passes over to Agbaji. Left corner 3. No good. He's way off the mark right there. And he gets rebounded back over to Kentucky. Kentucky out in transition. Clark moves over to a wide open 3-point shot. Before that, though, refs are going to say that Kentucky gets called inside the post there. They're going to turn it over. So Kentucky called with a double dribble. This ball will go right back over to Kansas as we have our first timeout as well. So stoppage in time right now on the court. 15:37 left to go in the first half. Kentucky by 2. So Raptor will go here for Kentucky, but he thinks Kansas will win in this one. Phenomenal games tomorrow for sure. Hey, what's good, Ian? Welcome in here once again. So first timeout, we take it right now in this game. All 5 points by Kansas by Ochai Agbaji so far in this one. He had a left corner 3. And Kentucky has yet to hit a 3-point shot. So they yet to hit a 3-point shot against Richmond. And today they start out from the perimeter cold once again, 0 for 3 in this game. For the Wildcats, what you got to do in this game, you got to do exactly what Gonzaga did. Attack, attack, attack inside if you want to pull away with a W in this one. I'm predicting Kentucky in this one. 76-73 is my prediction. Welcome back, Ryan. What's good, man? As we welcome him back on the channel once again. Taking a look, quick scoreboard update on the timeout. So we'll see right now. Vegas picked Kentucky by 4, 78-74. UNLV, they were up early against North Carolina yesterday. And UNLV, once again, leading Alabama 21-16. SEC has just been really just disappointing so far this season. Alabama got blown out yesterday against Stanford, and they're trailing by 5 now, 21-16 against UNLV, which I picked to finish last in 8th place in the Maui Invitational. Other games going on right now, Nebraska winning against South Dakota, 33-29 the score there. Abilene Christian, they're playing a non-D1 school, but they're looking good this season for Abilene Christian compared to the competition they play. They're up 41-25 against the non-D1 school, Howard Payne, but Abilene Christian going to be 4-0, most likely, before this, when that game's over. And George Washington, which I predict going to be very bottom of the A10, having a lot of problems with Hampton right now. Hampton up at 78-76. And they're in 38 seconds left to go in that one. Notre Dame right there is ND. Also, ND is North Dakota as well. They have an ND. Bradley's got Kansas in this one by 5. What's good, Vincent? Appreciate it, man, for stopping on by here. Yeah, Kentucky's going to have to make some big-time shots for sure in this one. The perimeter, once again, just not clicking from the start. What's good, Ian? Welcome in here once again, man. I plan on covering UConn versus USC on Thursday, so that's going to be a good one right there. Really good game between the two teams. Reese, welcome in, man. Hope all is well, brother. 7-5 the score so far in the early stages here. Kansas with the basketball back after the timeout. 15:25 left to go. Kansas has it at the top of the key over to Garrett. Garrett guarded by Askew, slides over to the left wing to Brown, back over to Garrett here, dribbles towards the right. Garrett takes it inside, floats it up, no good around the rim and out, tapped around, and it's going to be an offensive rebound. Garrett passes underneath Agbaji, big block out of bounds, going to be Kentucky basketball. Ochai Agbaji couldn't put it up, and Kentucky with another big spot right there. It was off of Agbaji at the baseline. 15:05 left to go. It's going to be Kentucky ball coming up. Hey, what's good? Chiefs fan for life. Welcome in here. Once again. Yeah, UC Riverside beat Washington by 15. Oh, man. Washington might be, like, the worst major conference team this year. Them and Kansas State. Kentucky has it. Now it's Sarr at the right baseline. He backs his way in there. Sarr. Underneath, gonna put it up. No good. Gets his own offensive rebound. Second chance. Sarr puts it up. That time he does. That's exactly what Kentucky is gonna do in this game. They're gonna just keep on attacking the post, the post, the post. That is what Gonzaga did. 102 points. Most of them with points in the paint. Great job, relentlessness right there by Olivier Sarr, able to get the second chance and to put it back up and in. 4-point game, Kansas has it with a floor cam right now as they drive inside, puts it up, no good. Looked for the contact, couldn't get the fall though. So it was a missed shot by Jalen Wilson. Kentucky going to take a deep shot, no good from the perimeter. A rebound back to Kansas here. Jayhawks now with the basketball. Jalen Wilson top of the key. Pass back outside here. Kentucky slips with the ball. It's on the ground. Able to get it back, though. And that could have been a disaster there, actually, for Kansas. Kansas slipped with the ball. And Kentucky's going to pick up a perimeter foul. As Jalen Wilson gets bumped down around the perimeter. Clock will stop with 13:49. As it's a non-shooting foul. So Kansas will get the inbound coming up. Hey, glad to have you on the channel, Vincent, here. Appreciate it, man. He's a Kentucky fan out here. If you guys are new to the stream, spike that thumbs up. Hitting that like helps out this video a ton. Hit that subscribe and ring the notification bell as well. Olivier Sarr from Wake Forest. So he broke out last season, had that big game that went into double overtime where Wake Forest upset Duke, and Olivier Sarr had a huge game during that double overtime victory. Kansas drive inside, and Kansas gonna go to the free throw line now. That's a blocking foul by Kentucky. So fourth personal picked up by Kentucky here. It's going to be 2 shots coming up by Christian Brown at the free throw line. He had a career-high 30 points against St. Joseph's on Friday. Hit some big perimeter shots down as he flashed that throughout last season as a freshman. Knocked down 6 triples against K-State en route to 20 points. Went 4 for 8 from the outside against Oklahoma State. So first free throw here, Christian Brown at the line. And that one at the free throw line, as he missed it, no good. Second opportunity here, Brown, no good, hit the front rim. Both missed opportunities there, and Kentucky's going to have the basketball. Kansas tried to chase it, went out of bounds to the baseline, and Kentucky's going to have it right back. Oh yeah, Marcus Santos Silva was the one who transferred over to VCU, so he went to Texas Tech. So that was the other key one. So 2 key big men in the offseason. Kentucky tried to get Marcus Santos Silva at first, and then they later got Olivier Sarr. Santos Silva went to Texas Tech. 13:25 left to go. 4-point game. Kentucky now with the basketball. They have it here at the left wing. Boston with the ball. Moves it over to the right wing to Mintz. Mintz passes over to Askew. Askew turns the corner. Drives inside. Turnaround jumper. Mid-range. No good off the mark. Tipped up in the air. Goes out of bounds. It's going to be the last touch by Kentucky at the baseline. And Kansas going to have it right back. Low start to this game as far as scoring. Kansas 16% shooting, 2 for 12 from the floor. Kentucky 36%, 4 for 12. That is the difference. 2 more made shots in this game by Kentucky. Approaching 13 minutes left to go. Kid, welcome on here. I have a HP laptop. It was a custom type of laptop I got last year that I was able to order it custom. Kentucky got the steal. They went in transition. They also got fouled here as the clock will stop with 12:57. Man, both of these teams just cold shooting from the floor right now. It's going to be 2 shots here at the line by Kentucky. It will be Davion Mintz, the transfer from Creighton here. Shooting 2. First free throw. No good. Went from the front part of the rim to the back and went to the front once again and out. Yeah, Texas looking impressive. 22-point victory against Indiana. Really impressive so far. Second free throw, Mintz. No good. Missed it. Got his own offensive rebound, though. Kentucky looks to set it up. Pass over to Boston, and he's going to throw it down right there. Slice the defense. Brandon Boston with a right-handed flush. Timeout taken here by Kansas. 12:50 left to go first half, and B.J. Boston able to get some momentum sparking right there for Kentucky. And we're going to go to a timeout. So, Kansas was actually the favorite in this one. Kansas, a 4-point favorite, and the over-under for this game was 144. So, that is the over-under set at 144 for this one. Brian, welcome in here. So, Ty's got Gonzaga beating West Virginia, and Baylor losing to Illinois tomorrow for his predictions. I'm going to say the top 2 able to get W's tomorrow. So this game, for my prediction, I actually predicted Kentucky 76-73 in the pregame. For tomorrow's games, for my predictions, I predict Baylor in that game. I'm covering that game, the first one and the second one as well. So Baylor over West Virginia 81-7, or Gonzaga over West Virginia 81-70, and then second game I got Baylor over Illinois 82-80. So I plan on covering those 2 games tomorrow as well. Wow, snowing out in Buffalo with Raptors. First time he witnessed snow over there. Yeah, it snowed over here in like Massachusetts like a month ago or so. It snowed. Hey, welcome back, Landon. Landon's excited for that one. Indeed, big dunk man. Must have been excited for that one. Yep, imagine if Maine makes the NCAA tournament. That would be too funny someday. Someday it's going to happen. I think Vermont very well can make it in once again, but if they don't, UMass Lowell. Looking impressive so far. They took Ohio State down to the wire. They beat San Francisco. I think UMass Lowell might have a chance to make their first NCAA tournament. But New Hampshire has got some talented players. They have upperclassmen on their roster for New Hampshire. New Hampshire's never been either. I definitely love to see that someday, since my state borders New Hampshire, and it's more of a hockey area up there, New Hampshire, Maine. Vermont, though, another big hockey team, but they're good at basketball too for their conference for Vermont. As we're back into it, Kentucky now with the ball as they're going to drive inside and they get the bucket. Brandon Boston, second bucket of the game right there as he puts it up and in off the glass. Kentucky in control early. 13-5 to score. Kansas now with the ball. They pass over to the right wing. Into the hands of Wilson. Moves over to the top of the key. Spin move. Wilson puts it up high off the glass. No good. Agbaji tries to come up with it. No good as the ball's on the ground and they kick it out of bounds. David McCormick couldn't come down with that one. Him and teammate Agbaji going up for their own rebound underneath the hoop right there. And it went out of bounds. So Kentucky will have it right back. Kansas struggling in the major stages of this. 6 total turnovers by Kansas, and we're not even halfway through the first half. Yeah, Kentucky's defense looks really good. It's going to be the defense that carries this team this season. They look great. They look great against Richmond. Richmond just broke out late in that game with points off of turnovers, and the defense tried to hold up as much as possible. We're going to go into another timeout. UMass Lowell is in the America East, so they're in the same conference as Vermont, Albany, Hartford, Stony Brook's in that conference too. Maine and New Hampshire's in that same conference. Binghamton's in that same conference. Binghamton finished last year in that conference. LNG TV, what's good here? Glad to have you stop on board. He's looking Michigan State to be top 5 after the Duke game there. Definitely going to soar right past Duke there in the standings. And then there's going to be some top 10 movement this week because Illinois having a big game tomorrow. So big time movement. Illinois Baylor tomorrow. Illinois also takes on Duke. Yeah, that's correct. And NJIT, they're new to the conference, so first season there. Much better from a geographic region. Instead of playing, they were last in the Atlantic Sun, so they moved over much better. So they play in the north with Northeast teams now in the America East. Yeah, impressive so far, Landon. Kentucky's defense holding it together. So right now on the timeout, quick scoreboard update. What's going on in college basketball? And UNLV leading Alabama 34-29. That's going to be a poor quality loss for Alabama if they can't come from behind in that one. It's going to be bad. And not too many people, I bet you, predicted that Alabama would finish, or Alabama or Davison would finish last in the Maui Invitational, and Davison's lost 2 games by 3 points combined, and Alabama trailing by 5 against UNLV, and UNLV lost to Montana State almost a week ago on opening night. As far as other games going on right now in college basketball, Mississippi Valley State, they might be they're like the worst team in college basketball for D1. Mississippi Valley State getting crushed by Grand Canyon 51-26. Yeah, they're the team that allowed over 140 points to Alabama. Nebraska leads South Dakota 36-29. Nebraska with a win could become 3-1. So there you have it for Nebraska. UNC Greensboro leading Winthrop 48-46. UNC Greensboro, one of the teams to watch out for, along with Furman in the Southern Conference this year. And by the way, upset alert here. Hampton winners against George Washington 82-78. So yeah, I can tell you who's going to be in last this year in the A10. We'll go with George Washington. As we're back from a timeout. Even Fordham will be better than George Washington this year. That's terrible. They lose by 4 against Hampton today. We're back to action. 11:20 left to go. 7 turnovers in this game by Kansas. Kansas now with the basketball. They're going to put it up too strong off the glass. A rebound, Kentucky. Kentucky's defense keying in right now. So they're going to take it inside, as that will be a foul called in the court. It's going to be by Kentucky, or by Kansas here. Number 3. DeJuan Harris, the one who picks up the foul on the dribble drive by Davion Mintz. And that's Kansas's 4th. It's going to should send Mintz here to the free throw line. We'll take a look at it. It might have been before the shot, though, so we'll finalize it. So, yeah, so Davian Mint's going to go shoot 2 at the line. First free throw, good by Mintz. 14-5. So, yeah, 2 major losses by Kansas. Azubuike and then Devon Dotson, the big one, their leading scorer, that went to the NBA draft and somehow got undrafted. And those 2 massive losses really paved the way for like a small ball type of roster here for Kansas that has just been hard to keep up on the glass so far. 13 zip run by Kentucky. Kansas turns it over. Kentucky now with the basketball. 1 man a beat. They throw it down. A right-handed flush. Davion Mintz looking good in this one. 12-point lead by Kentucky and another timeout here on the court by Bill Self. Kansas down by 12 with nothing going on in this game. All 5 points scored by Agbaji. And Kentucky so far, +2 on the glass. 13-11 for Kentucky so far in this game. And everybody making contributions around the lineup basically so far for Kentucky. And they've got 6 steals as a team, looking impressive, scrappy so far by the Wildcats. Points off of turnovers. Yeah, I agree, Sean. Devon Dotson was nice last year for sure for Kansas. He was great. Yeah, I remember calling that game. That was a great game there. Yeah, that game, Dotson carried them throughout the entire game. I remember that game. Azubuike just barely did anything in that game. Hey, what's good, Random Comments? Welcome back, man. Hope all is well. So we are back into this one. Kansas shooting the ball 2 for 12, or 2 for 14 so far from the floor, and just struggling as they get the basketball. They've turned it over 8 times, led to 6 Kentucky steals. Kansas now has it down by 12 as they dish it out to the left corner. That one was almost a bad pass too. Kansas able to get it though, as Kansas turns the corner, drives inside, and that's going to be a block there by Kentucky. Number 55, the freshman, Lance Ware with a big block. Kentucky drives inside, missed the shot. Offensive rebound. Underneath, Kentucky couldn't get it, though. As they try to put it up, the ball was stopped in the key, and Kansas going to get it right back. Jayhawks now with the basketball. Top of the key, Agbaji takes the step-back 3. No good. Hit the rim. Short right there. Rebound Kentucky with 10 minutes left to go in the first half. Wildcats have it. Davion Mintz at the top of the key, guarded by Brown. Hands it over now to the left wing perimeter for the Wildcats. They lead by 12, under 10 left to go. What's good here? Ty, welcome on the stream, man. Hope all is well. Glad to have you on the channel once again here. Kentucky missed the shot. No good. Rebound Kansas. Just been a grind to try to get something out. Kansas, finally. A bucket goes down right there by somebody other than Agbaji. That is Marcus Gary. Gets his first 2 points of the game. 7 points in the first 11.5 minutes. Kentucky, pass of the court. Ball stolen away. 3-on-1. Kansas going to throw it down with a 2-handed flush. Marcus Garrett once again. Timeout taken here by Coach Cal this time. 9:27 left to go as Kentucky will take a timeout now. It's led to a 4-zip run by Kansas. So we're going to go on a timeout here. Okay, yeah, no problem, Raptor. Looks like he is back on the Ari Majors account. It looks like right now. Sorry to hear that, man, that it doesn't work. Hopefully it'll work another time. I wish, man, I could cover that. Unfortunately, my Sling package, I didn't get Fox Sport. It's not included in my Sling package for Fox Sports 1. I only have ESPN 2, and ESPN 3, unfortunately. So Fox Sports 1 isn't included there. They split up the packages for some reason, where the $30 packages, they have ESPN in one package, and then they put Fox Sports 1 with NBCSN in the other package. Yeah, Oregon and Florida State, 2 ranked teams playing their first game tomorrow. Tennessee doesn't play until December 12th. So, yeah, Tennessee, everybody's played multiple games until Tennessee finally plays their first game. Oakland has played 4 games and lost them already. I think they might have played a 5th today as well for Oakland. For their team, but they've lost every single game so far this season for the Oakland Grizzlies. Yeah, they're 0-5. They lost 93-50 today against Purdue, And yeah, they were the team that took Michigan into overtime and almost won. So 17-9 the score. We're back from a timeout. I might cover a game on Friday. I was looking at the schedule. There's nothing on ESPN. There's a game on ESPN3 that I'd be able to get. It's Western Kentucky against Little Rock. So I'm actually interested to see Western Kentucky. So that's actually a good game because Little Rock just won against Duquesne yesterday, and Duquesne was picked to finish, I think, either 4th or 5th in the A10. Kentucky takes a right baseline jumper. They hit it down after the timeout. Olivier Sarr for 2. Kansas now with the basketball. Pass over right corner. But they stepped out of bounds when they passed the basketball. That's going to be Kentucky ball. They had it right underneath the hoop about to pass it to the right corner, and another miscue by the Jayhawks. 8 total turnovers today by Kansas. And we're not even at halftime. We still got 8:46 left to go before the half. Kentucky now with the basketball, up by 10. A really low-scoring game. Hopefully you took the under because it's looking like that right now. Kentucky backs their way. Sarr puts it up, and that's good. Up and in off the glass for 2. 21-9 to score. 8:20 left to go in the first half. Kansas has it top of the key. Christian Brown dribbles now inside. Shot gets blocked, and it's going to go right back over to Kentucky. Kentucky has it, takes up the court. 16 points in the paint in this one by Kentucky. As they're going to attack, look for more, but no. Miscue on the bounce pass right there, a little bit wide. Devin Askew, he had all the time in the world right there to pass to his man, but just missed his mark on it, went out of bounds of the baseline. Kentucky impressive. 4 blocks so far in this game defensively by Kentucky, as that is what's holding down the fort in this game. As they've still yet to hit a 3-point shot by Kentucky. Only 40% from the floor. But defensively here, that has been the key, as it's led to 8 forced turnovers in this one. Kansas has a right corner 3. That's a 5th block shot at the right corner. Kansas able to get it right back, though. They have it at the left wing. Moves over to the left corner. Christian Brown with it. Passes over to the top of the key. Catch and shoot 3. It's up. No good off the back rim. Fight for the rebounds. And that'll be a rebounding foul picked up. It's from behind the back by Kentucky. That's going to be personal here. It's their 15th foul of the first half. Oklahoma State, yeah. It's so unfortunate for Cade Cunningham, with Oklahoma State still having that NCAA tournament ban. It's really too bad for something that Oklahoma State didn't do in years. That happened like 2016, 2017, and they get punished for it in 2020. So right now on the timeout, Kentucky leading this one. All Kentucky defense in this game, 21-9. Yeah, Oklahoma State appealed that ban, so they're just awaiting for the appeal. Arizona's yet to have a ban this year, so Arizona, they haven't done anything to Arizona or LSU yet. It's only Oklahoma State and Auburn. They have done stuff too. So Auburn just got a ban. I think it was like a week and a half ago. They got a ban, and they took it for this year, which makes sense because Auburn is just really struggling this year. Complete rebuild year for them. So they lost. I think it was like 6 players from last season. Their top 6 scores, and yeah, they couldn't even win yesterday against UCF. They lost against Central Florida, who is picked at, I think they're picked at the bottom of the American this year. And they lost to them by 8. Yeah, Jason thinks Richmond is a legit team. Jacob Gilliard is an absolute ball-stealing beast for Richmond. A lot of these Atlantic 10 teams, they look like they can go on a deep run. Yeah, they still haven't cracked down on Arizona or LSU yet for that. And St. Louis too. Watch out for St. Louis as well. They could very well contend right up with Richmond for the A10 title. Alabama UNLV. That game's going on right now. UNLV leading Alabama 38-36. The SEC in general has just been disappointing to watch. So far this season they've been disappointing. And Florida's yet to play so far. And Florida has a couple big games this week. Nebraska leads South Dakota 43-34. If Nebraska holds on, they'll be 3-1 to start off this season. Yep, have to wait on the Dayton Flyers as well. And then St. Bonaventure is yet to play a game so far. St. Bonaventure, I think, was picked to finish up there at the top half of the A10. So that's another team. They returned, I think, their entire, most of their roster for St. Bonaventure. Another team, UMass. Once again, UMass has an absolute stud there with Trey Mitchell as a sophomore. And he had a phenomenal freshman season, averaging over 17 points per game. It's just a big question about his supporting cast, if they can take the step up. They got a couple key transfers in there for UMass this year. And then also Rhode Island. Rhode Island's completely new with five new transfers that they got in the offseason. They actually have good bigs in the roster. They were able to drain down free throws, and they won against San Francisco on the last one. So Rhode Island is another one of those teams that could very well outperform their 6th place prediction, the A10. As we get right back into this, 121-9 to score, 7.5 left to go. Kansas just missed a shot underneath. They got the offensive rebound, and the ball got tapped out of bounds here. Clock will stop with 7:33. It's going to be Kansas basketball. And yeah, Rhode Island's got a huge game coming up against Seton Hall this week. Oregon's got Seton Hall as well this week. So some big games coming up on the schedule for Seton Hall too. As we get right back into it. Kansas now with the basketball. They have it at the left wing perimeter. Agbaji, entry pass into the lane. Over to McCormack, puts it up, and he gets it for 2. Yeah, Mac McClung better show up for Texas Tech. That was a no-show there against Houston on Sunday. Houston looked really good in that Sunday game. They look like they could very well go for a deep run. They didn't get a single bucket for the last 11 minutes in that one. And they actually scored more points at the end of it, because Texas Tech was trailing by 6 or 7, and then Houston ended it winning by double-digit points because Texas Tech kept on following Houston. Houston just kept on going to the free throw line and making shots. Kentucky hit the floater right there, 23-11, 6:40 left to go. Kansas has it the right wing. Kansas with the basketball now, so they're going to take it inside. We got another foul call picked up. It's on Kentucky. 6th team foul here picked up as the clock will stop. Heading into halftime, UNLV, Alabama tied up at 38. Kansas has it. Driving inside, and they get the bucket. That's good for 2 by Garrett. 10-point game, Kentucky basketball. What's good, West? Welcome on the channel here. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, I just covered that game right before. Michigan State with a huge W over Duke. Welcome on the channel, man. A-side, what's good, man? Glad to have you on board. Kentucky now has it. Pass over to the top of the free throw circle. So they back their way in there, moves it over to the left corner, takes the 3, and they got one. Kentucky fadeaway left corner 3. Dante Allen knocks it down. Great to see that he's able to get some playing time right in there for the Wildcats. Their first triple of the game. Kansas has it. At the top to Agbaji. Slides it over into the key here. McCormack turnaround jumper, and we get another foul. Kentucky picks up their 7th. So Kansas now shooting in the bonus at the free throw line. That was a shooting foul, so he's going to have 2 as well. Welcome in here, Trevor and Gahenda. Glad to have you guys on board once again. 5:56 left to go. It's going to be 2 Kansas free throws coming up at the line, so 5 minutes 56 remaining. Andrea, welcome on the channel. Hello here. Glad to have you on board. We have over 40 people watching now. I cover play-by-play here of basketball. If you guys enjoy what I do, spike that thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell as well here as I cover play-by-play here of basketball and behind the arc basketball. Tomorrow night, I'll be back. 2 great games. West Virginia, Baylor at 7 o'clock Eastern. Illinois against... Or no, my bad. Yeah, West Virginia against Gonzaga tomorrow, 7 o'clock Eastern. And Illinois against Baylor tomorrow at 10 o'clock Eastern. It is, yeah, the other one. I plan on doing that on Saturday with a 1 versus 2. Baylor versus number 1 Gonzaga. So, 2 great games tomorrow I plan on covering. First free throw at the line. Kansas knocks it down. 26-14. Second one coming up here. McCormack hits both of them. 11-point game. Yeah, I predict Baylor tomorrow in that one in a shootout game. 82-80 to score in that one. How is SMU doing? SMU is pretty good. They have like their whole roster, I think, is like upperclassmen, like all seniors basically for SMU. I think they were projected to be like a top 3 team in the American. I'm gonna see how they're doing this year for their basketball team for SMU. I know for Ron Hunt, I saw a couple of highlight reels. Yeah, SMU's 2-0, and both of those wins were by 30 points or more. They won. Isaiah Jackson had it inside, and he got the bucket right there. 28-15 with 5:20 left to go in the first half. Kansas trailing here by 13. They get the basketball at the right wing. Agbaji jacks up a 3. It's up, and he got it. Achai Agbaji from the perimeter. 10-point game. Do I know yet for opening night? Not sure yet what the TV schedule is, and I don't know what the college schedule is for that game, so not sure yet, but maybe. We'll see. It all depends on what the games are for that day. Kentucky, 10-point game. They have the basketball. Mid-range jumper. They got it right there for 2. Terrence Clark hits it. 4:45 left to go here in the first half. If you guys are new in the stream, 50+ people watching now, spike that thumbs up, hitting that like. Helps out a ton with this video being found on YouTube. Hit the subscribe and ring that notification bell if you'd like to be notified about future live streams. As Christian Brown gets that pass, turns the corner, drives inside, lays it up and in, where the reverse handle layup goes down for 2. 10-point game, Kentucky. Deep jumper missed it, got the own offensive rebound though. Davion Mintz. Bounce past the right baseline here. Kentucky, turnaround hook shot in the key, and that one is good. Rolls around for 2 by Isaiah Jackson. Once again, up by 12 here for Kentucky. 4:10 left to go before halftime. And Kansas now has the basketball. Christian Brown passes over to the right corner perimeter. As that is Harris. Moves it back over to the right baseline underneath. Kansas going to put it up, and that's good for 2. Jalen Wilson able to get to the bucket. Scoring picking up recently in this one. 10-point Kentucky lead. 3:50 left to go. At the left wing, Jackson has it. Ball poked to the backcourt. It's going to go out of bounds. Touched by Kansas, so Kentucky will get the ball right back with 3:43 remaining. And we're going to go on a timeout as well. Yeah, same with me, Ty. I'm shocked that San Diego State's not in the top 25 right now. Showing no love out to San Diego State this week in St. Louis as well. No problem, Gahenda. Thanks so much for stopping by, and thanks so much for being a part here on the channel, and enjoy the rest of your day out there, out in Africa, 5:25 in the morning. So right now on the timeout, Hayden, welcome in here. Yep, he's a Louisville fan. Thinks that Kentucky's going to be able to get the W over here against Kansas. I predict that too, by the way, today. So SMU this season, yeah, they're 2-0, playing against non-conference competition their first 3 games. And 2-0 against teams out in Texas, trying to make it 3 tomorrow. As SMU, against their home state competition, they beat Sam Houston State 97-67. And then SMU, once again, they beat Texas A&M Corpus Christi 91-44. So, yeah, that's their first test. It's against the Dayton Flyers on Saturday at Dayton, I believe, for that game. Then they take on Vanderbilt for SMU and then East Carolina. So, interested in how the Mustangs do this year. And same as Dayton. Those two teams fairly evenly matched or so. Hey, welcome in, Gonzaga fan. Glad to have you in the stream, man. Yes, St. Louis looks legit. They beat LSU without 2 of their starters. So I got to see St. Louis last year at Rhode Island, and St. Louis controlled that entire game. They look legit. If they can hit free throws, if they can be a consistent free throw shooting team, because they were one of the bottom teams last year at free throws. St. Louis, they look legit. Defensively, they are gritty. They can go up in rebounds. And they're just mentally tough, like a big force with there. And they have potential to have 2 players in their roster that could average a double-double this year for St. Louis. Definitely, Ryan. That should be a great test. Both of those teams, I feel like, are evenly matched with Dayton and SMU. That's good. Vanderbilt look good, Tice says there. That's a positive for Vanderbilt to look good early on. Let's see here. Raptor with his least favorite teams: Gonzaga, Kansas, Washington, Oklahoma, Texas A&M, A&M and Wisconsin. Yeah, haven't heard much about Texas A&M this year, but they haven't been a basketball, haven't had a great basketball program in quite some time there. They did go to the tournament with a Time Lord, though, back in 2018. So we'll get back from a timeout here. Kentucky by 10 in this one. Kentucky's defense been the key, holding Kansas to 29% shooting, 9 for 29 from the floor. As Kentucky has the inbound, as we are back with 3.5 minutes. Kentucky has it, top of the key, 3:30 left to go, 5 on the shot clock. They hand it over here, top of the key, into the hands of Boston, pass over right corner. They got to get a shot off, and they don't. Shot clock expires as Boston late pass to the right corner into the hands of Cameron Fletcher, and he held the basketball, tried to dribble with it, and the shot clock expired. 7th turnover by Kentucky. Kansas will get it right back, as Kansas had 8 quick turnovers in this one in the first 11 minutes. They haven't turned it over though recently. Kansas with the ball right back. At the right wing, Brown moves it back to the top of the key to Wilson. Wilson hands it over here to Agbaji. Back over to the right wing. Garrett dribble drive inside, and that's going to be a huge block out of bounds by Kentucky there, so the clock will stop with 3:08. Massive block by Isaiah Jackson, flew right in to the right corner out of bounds. Hey, what's good? My girlfriend's back in the stream here as we welcome in Charisse out into the channel. Let's get some girlfriend hype out in the chat here. Yep, I got Santa right behind me. He is going to be here throughout the entire month of December all the way up through Christmas Day. So Kansas gets it back. 3 minutes left to go before halftime. As we call Santa move, by the way. That's a jumper taken free throw circle, and Kansas knocks it down. 32-24 to score. 2:50 left to go before halftime as Garrett hit down the jumper. He's got 8 so far. Kentucky drives inside. Kansas with a big block underneath right there. Jayhawks get it right back. Pass up the court to Wilson. Moves it back to the left corner. They're going to take a 3. Agbaji, no good off the back rim. And Kentucky going to come up with a rebound. There's a rebounding foul, though. It's going to be called by Kentucky. And Kansas should be sent to the free throw line here in a bonus coming up. Steelers-Ravens game. Gonna be a grandpa when that game starts. Hayden puts out, oh man. Keeps on getting pushed and pushed and pushed. So yep, this is supposed to be tomorrow for that game. I will take the Steelers all day in that one over the Ravens. With the Ravens positive cases that they have, the rash of positives. What do I think about Georgetown this year? Last in the Big East, even worse than DePaul. And yeah, it's going to be a rough year for them. They couldn't even win today in that game against Navy. And Navy got eliminated last year in the Patriot League tournament against Boston University. So Navy got back a lot of their players, but should never lose against a Patriot League team. 32-24 to score, especially when you're from the Big East. That's a huge pass to the cutter to Brown underneath. Throws it down for 2 right there for Kansas. 6-point game. Hey, what's good? March Madness Analysis. Thanks so much, man, for stopping on by on the channel. Appreciate it, brother. DSP, welcome back here, man. I'll be covering Gonzaga tomorrow, so feel free to stop on by for that, man. Huge game tomorrow. Gonzaga, West Virginia, and also Illinois, Baylor. Should be 2 quality games there. My girlfriend, by the way, went to Boston University, so I watched a couple Patriot League games up there at BU. I remember there was a game that we went a few years ago, and they get destroyed by Bucknell by 30. First free throw at the line, Kentucky hit that one down. Second free throw, knocks that one down. 34-26 the score, 2:04 left to go. I was shocked that they won the Patriot League tournament for the first time ever last year against Colgate. We got just over 2 minutes left to go. 2:04 left remaining before halftime. West has got out his college football teams that he's not taking a liking into. Yep, it's a huge hockey school there for BU. They canceled the Beanpot this year, though, so no BU against BC this year, unfortunately. Minute 45 left to go before halftime. Kentucky now with the basketball, leads by 8, right baseline. as they have it. Underneath as Jackson puts it up. No good. Too strong off the glass. Rebound Kansas. Christian Brown now has it. Pass over to the left corner. Agbaji takes the three. Hit the rim short. Rebound by Kentucky. Kentucky with the ball. They take it up the court here. Past half court into the hands of Boston. Slides over to the top. Askew back over to Boston at the right wing. Moves over to the right baseline. Jackson has it. Jackson, right baseline. Dribble, try to pass it. Almost connected, but Jacob Topping couldn't hold on to it, but they get it right back, though. Kentucky passes. Ball gets intercepted at the right corner by Brown. Brown puts it up, and there's going to be a foul here. It's going to lead Kansas in the bonus once again with Christian Brown. 1-1 with 1:10 left to go. Are Gonzaga, Baylor, Illinois, West Virginia all in the tournament? They are part of a Jimmy V Classic, but it's only those two matchups they have. Whoever wins those games won't be taking on each other in the next day. So it's not like a tournament there. It's like a classic. It's called a Jimmy V Classic. They just play that matchup and that's it. Let's see here. Guess your favorite NBA player for Brayton here. Let's see. I'll go with Jason Tatum right there. Yeah, we've been together for 5 years. A lot of people love Jason Tatum, so I have to go with Jason Tatum. I heard that Kemba's out till the beginning of January because he underwent his knee procedure. Free throws at the line there. Kansas was 1 for 2 that trip by Christian Brown, and we got a minute left to go as Kentucky gets the rebounds. Kentucky has it, left wing. At the top of the key, Jackson. Pass over to the right wing to Terrence Clark. Clark here now with the basketball, and he move it back over to Jackson. And pass over to Mintz. Mintz deep 2, top of the free throw circle. No good. Rebound back over to Kansas. Kansas now with the basketball. Passing over to the left corner, Agbaji. Shot fake. Dribbles left baseline. Ball poked away, but they're going to call a reach-in on Kentucky, and Kansas will now go to the double bonus. That's the 10th personal by Kentucky for this half, so Kansas back to the line, going to shoot 2. Let's see, Ryan's got his top 5 players here. Tatum, Luka, Obi Toppin, Jaylen Brown, and Karl Anthony Towns, looks like. Yes, if Louisville beats Wisconsin, yes, they should be ranked. Definitely should be ranked if they win that. Yep, my girlfriend loves Vincent Poirier. Love him, tremendous player. I tell her all about the worst players in the Celtics. And, yep, no more Vincent Poirier. He went over to the Thunder, and they got him. So, Vincent Poirier. Celtics still stuck with Semi Ojeleye, I believe. Both of the free throws go down at the line. Sometimes I reference Semi Ojeleye. I reference Gershon Yabusele a lot when, last year, when we were playing basketball outside quite a bit. 27 seconds remaining. Kentucky has the ball. We have a fall away from the basketball. It's on Kansas, so that will be Kansas's 6th non-shooting fall yet. Or actually, yeah, that's going to be they say shooting fall, actually. So, yeah, so Kentucky here at the free throw line. It was on a shot, so at the free throw line here, 2 shots. First free throw up and good by Kentucky. Let's see, Gonzaga fans' favorite NBA team. I'll guess the Lakers, I guess, right there for favorite NBA team. Yeah, same thing I'm saying to myself as well, Vegas. He just hasn't been able to produce offensively at all throughout his career here for Semi Ojeleye. I tell my girlfriend when we go out and we shoot hoops that she's got a jump shot that's similar to Semi Ojeleye right there. We have so 35-29 to score. 13 seconds left to go remaining in this one. Now 10 seconds left remaining. Top of the key, Kansas with the basketball as they dribble at the right elbow with the ball, and they almost get it poked down. Now it's poked loose. Kentucky almost with the steal. Kansas gets it back. Fade away. Deep 2 with the horn. Agbaji no good off the mark, and that is a poor quality possession to end the half right there by Kansas, as they could not score in their final possession, and we go into halftime in this one. 35 Kentucky, 29 Kansas, as we will head into the half. Kansas picked up recently in this one as Kentucky was up by double digits. Kentucky's defense, though, that is what helped out, keying into the first half, holding Kansas to 32% shooting. Kansas had 8 quick turnovers in the first 11 minutes of this one, and Kentucky also 7 blocks in the first half. in this game. 4 of those by Isaiah Jackson. As that's what we have right now in this one. Isaiah Jackson looking impressive here. So right now we're just on halftime between these two teams currently. We'll do a quick scoreboard update for everybody. Alabama leading UNLV 44-38 to score with 18.5 left to go. Both of the teams have 8 total turnovers so far. Kansas turned over the basketball a lot early on, and Kentucky recently in this one. Nebraska pulling away against South Dakota. Nebraska leads 60-45 with 2:50 remaining in that one. I think those are like the only couple games going on right now as far as games of importance going on currently today. St. Mary's up against Nichols, 39-25 to score that one. And St. Mary's got a 2-1 record this year. They did lose a major piece, though, the graduation. Jordan Ford, bulk of the scoring production. Stephen F. Austin, first game, they put a 102 against non-D1 school in Laterno today. And Murray State, a couple nights ago, Murray State just had this ridiculous game for them. It was against a non-Division 1 school, but yeah. First game of the season from Murray State. They put up 173 points against Greenville. Yep, my girlfriend's favorite 3 NFL players. That is, yep, the NFL. There we go. She corrected it. Ezekiel Elliott, Baker Mayfield, and Adrian Peterson. We all know what they did for their actions right there. So, yep. All classy men who respect women and kids right there. You can probably put Josh Brown up there as well, as right now we're on the timeouts. Hey, what's good, Tom? No personal information on the channel here. We do not do that. We do not give out phone numbers on the channel. Couple big upsets today. Navy beat Georgetown 78-71 the final in that one. And then also Washington had a poor display today against UC Riverside and lost by 15 in that game, as we're at halftime currently. If you guys are new here, over 50 people watching now, spike that thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell as well. If you enjoy future play-by-play here on Behind the Arc Basketball, so I cover basketball games here on the channel. Tomorrow, got 2 great games in store as well. Yep, my girlfriend puts out Antonio Brown as well. All classics. Oh, man. Antonio Brown with been in the news recently for some more stuff lately. With his whole temper tantrum with a security guard there. I think he was like throwing a bike at a security guard person a couple of weeks ago. Hey, what's good, Colin? Welcome in, man, for stopping on by. Yeah, Lamario Duke at the L on that one. Michigan State looking pretty good right now. No problem, Thomas. No problem, man. First time on the channel here. But yeah, no personal information at all. Do I cover MAAC basketball? I actually never have called them before. But welcome to the channel, John Riley. Appreciate it, man. I usually cover like the big games. I've never covered Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference basketball. But if they make it into the NCAA tournament, whoever comes out of that league there, with Iona is out of that. With that, a lot of those programs are out there in New York. I know, yeah, Quinnipiac is out there as well in the MAAC. Yeah, Tom Brady's 7-5 this year. All the big names for the Buccaneers, and they just can't put it together this season. It's embarrassing. Very embarrassing for Tom Brady over at Tampa. A lot of people early on in the season said Buccaneers Super Bowl. This team looks stacked, and right now they're in a wild card position for the playoffs. So let's see. Ryan with the Celtics rotation here. Yeah, great pickup they got a couple of days ago. Jeff Teague now. Get some backup point guard help to start off the season. Gonna have to fill in starting point guard there now that Kemba's out till early January, it looks like. Jeff Teague, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Tristan Thompson. Another great pickup. Celtics needed a veteran big man. Able to get Tristan Thompson. Huge there. And then as well, yeah, off off the bench with the Celtics. We don't have Brad Wanamaker anymore as the backup point guard. We moved on from him. But, yep, Daniel Tice will be coming off the bench now. Grant Williams. And then, yep, also Romeo Langford off the bench as well for the Celtics. Then they got Taco back and Tremont Waters as well for the team. And also Carson Edwards is still there. Yep, Fairfield out. And there, Ed Cole used to coach at Fairfield before Providence. Yeah, Aaron Hernandez, that was a huge news story when that happened in the news in 2013. I was a junior in high school, and that happened 2 towns above me with the whole thing with Aaron Hernandez going to jail. That was crazy. Yep, Aaron Nesmith and Peyton Pritchard there. Great rookies, hopefully, for this season. Brian, welcome on board. Thanks so much for stopping on by. Fun fact here, Kentucky has the longest wingspan of any team in the nation. They got length for sure, man. That's great. And, yep, indeed, the Time Lord as well. I hope he can really improve here in this season. He's going to hopefully become an elite shot blocker there for Robert Williams III. Ty's still in disbelief that the Rams decided to leave St. Louis. So sorry, man, to hear that. Yeah, St. Louis just needs a professional sports team, man. So sorry to hear that. What's my favorite color? Favorite color would be blue. I wear a lot of blue. Favorite NBA teams, the Celtics. I'm from Massachusetts, by the way, so huge Boston sports fan. Celtics, Patriots, Red Sox, Bruins. And yes, Javante Green too. Bertrams, welcome to the stream, man. Appreciate it for stopping on by here. Yeah, my girlfriend actually doesn't know, but it actually is blue here. In 5 years of dating each other, we actually haven't said like our favorite colors or so. So right now at halftime between these two teams so far, Kentucky just stellar defensively in that first half, leading to 7 total blocks in this game. Taking a look at the leading scores, nobody with double figures, but everybody pulling their weight, chipping in at some point today. Isaiah Jackson leading the way. He's got 7 points. Great job by him with 10 rebounds in that first half, and also having an incredible game here with 4 blocks inside by Jackson. 6 by the Wake Forest transfer, Olivier Sarr, and then 6 off the bench by Davion Mintz. 4 points by Brandon Boston, Devin Askew, and Terrence Clark, all with 4 right there for the 3 freshmen. And then Dante Allen got a huge 3-point shot. Only 3-point shot of the game where they needed it, though, from the corner. Hit one down as he's got his 3 from the only 3-point shot made in the game by Kentucky. 1 at the free throw line by Lance Ware. He also got a block as well. Huge block that went out of bounds. As for Kansas in this game, Achai Agbaji, he was on the board for the first 5 points. He's got 10 points now, currently the leading scorer. 8 points by Marcus Garrett. 5 by Christian Brown as Kentucky's able to shut him down. He had a career-high 30 against St. Joseph's on Friday. And then 4 points by McCormack so far. He's struggling from the floor, 1 for 4. And Jalen Wilson as well. He is 1 for 4 with only 2 points for Kansas. Kansas with 0 bench points between Grant Foster, Thompson, and Harris. Favorite college basketball team would be Providence and Rhode Island for college ball. I'm from Massachusetts, but I'm like right down the road from Providence, Rhode Island, and URI is like 40 minutes away from me. Providence is like 20 minutes away from me. Best rookie in the NFL for this season. I was going to say Joe Burrow until he got injured. Justin Herbert's having a great season for him. They just can't put together W's for the Chargers. But Justin Jefferson has boomed this year at times for the Vikings. I had him on my fantasy team a couple weeks, and then he was like really inconsistent. He has a big week one week, and then the next week he has like a big dud or so, but he booms from time to time for Jefferson. Duke fan for life, welcome back here. Hello once again. Yeah, we have our me and my girlfriend have our anniversary coming up very soon in like a month and a half or so, and January 17th, our 5-year anniversary. What do I think about the Louisville Cardinals this year? I think they're around the top 30 right now, but they can put themselves right in the top 25 with a big win next week against Wisconsin if they're able to get that. That's a huge prove-it game for Louisville. And Carly Jones, he's a great transfer pickup there for Carly Jones. Incredible transfer pickup, and I think Louisville is going to be a team that's going to get better and better throughout the course of this season, because this team is built off of newcomers onto the roster. They lost the entire starting five, and they have players back that didn't really play a whole ton of minutes. David Johnson has a great chance to be a breakout player this year, as well as Samuel Williamson, and they're going to be even more dangerous once Malik Williams comes back later in the season from injury. Calling back on here. Yeah, Tyrell Terry went to the Mavericks in the draft, but beat second round pick to win Rookie of the Year. He's got the ability to do so. That was a nice steal there by Dallas to get it first pick of the second round right there. Nobody expected Tyrell Terry to play that well last season at Stanford. He just broke out. Hey, what's good, Declan? Welcome to the channel here. I do not like Duke basketball, unfortunately. I'm not a Duke fan, but I'm a Providence fan and a URI fan. But I call that game, by the way. But no problem. I'm not a Duke hater, but not like a couple people I know. But I'm not a Duke fan. I'll put it that way. Florida is trash in basketball. Well, they haven't proved anything yet, but this is a huge year for Mike White because they haven't played any games yet, but they better not lose to another coach that might get fired this year, which would be Jim Christian of Boston College. They got BC coming up on Thursday. Let's see here. Florida changed their schedule. They were supposed to play Oklahoma, and then instead they're going to take on Army tomorrow at 2:30. So, yeah, they better not lose to Army to start off, because if you're Mike White, that would not be a good start there. Florida just randomly throwing games in the schedule. They got Army tomorrow. They got Boston College on Thursday. That's a national TV game. I think I'm going to be covering that one, I pretty much believe. And then they got Stetson, so must-win game, of course, against Stetson there. That's the first 3 games for Florida. I'm not married yet. I'm only 25 years old. Still in a timeout currently. Oh, what I think about the Panthers here. They got such a young team for the Panthers. A lot of rebuilding players. So much turnover in the offseason, but I'm shocked that they're doing better than what I expected there. They could have very well been in like a wild card position now for the Panthers, but they've lost so many close games. They barely lost to Kansas City. They've lost so many games, just so close. The Panthers and the Chargers this year have lost so many close games. Yeah, pretty weird favorites being a Maine and a Dayton Flyers fan. But yeah, whoever you root for, this channel's out for, by the way. I cover play-by-play here. Spike that thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell as well if you enjoy the streams here on Behind the Arc Basketball. Do I think age matters? Maybe like a little bit. I think like getting married too soon when you haven't like saved enough money or so, it might like run into trouble like further down the road. Cause I think there's like if you do it too soon or so and get married, I feel like it's an event that you need to like save up for, and that's where I'm trying to go with myself. You're trying to save up for or so. It was like maybe you do it like a little bit too early or so, but do I watch golf? I haven't watched golf in a while, so I don't watch much golf. Hey, what's good? We got Wise One. Welcome on the stream, man. Thomas, thanks so much for the thumbs up. Really appreciate it, man. Not yet. I don't have my own house yet. Hopefully so. Hopefully in the future, though. Yeah, imagine getting married at 10 years old. That's way too young. A couple years down the road, hopefully, though. I'm trying to save up for that. So right now we're still at halftime. We're going to start up, I think, the second half in around like 5 minutes from now, most likely. Gonzaga fan predicting here, Kansas 67-59 for his prediction in this one today. My prediction probably won't come true here unless they hit the over somehow on this one and score a bunch more points in the second half. My prediction starting off in the pregame here was 76-73. Kentucky I had in this one. So I had Kentucky by 3. Predictions for tomorrow, I put out Gonzaga 81-70 over West Virginia. And then Baylor by 2 tomorrow. Should be a great game. 82-80 over Illinois. That's my prediction. Hey, what's good, Harry? Welcome in, man. Next year's State Farm's Champion Classic, Kentucky versus Duke, Kansas versus Michigan State. Who do I think is going to win in those 2 games for next year? So early to tell, of course. Way too early prediction. I will take Michigan State in that one against Kansas because I think Michigan State's bringing up a stacked recruiting class coming up. And Kentucky Duke. All about the recruiting class coming up. That could very well be an impact. Of course, the players staying as well. I'll go Kentucky right there for now. For a very early pick, of course. It's so early to tell right now. Just focused on this one for today. Let's see here. Favorite to win March Madness. Right now, it's going to be Gonzaga. So, pick overall for all teams, March Madness. I'm going with Gonzaga right now. I've seen them twice so far, and they look so impressive. And they got multiple players here that can just torch you inside. And they're just so athletic and can just get down the court in a hurry. Jalen Suggs is an incredible addition. They are deep for Gonzaga. Andrew Nembhard coming off the bench behind Suggs. And Drew Timme looks so good so far. He might be the best big man in all college basketball. Timme, Kispert looking really good. Ayayi as well. And then Anton Watson's going to just keep on getting better and better throughout the starting 5 this season. The rest is the other players. A lot of young players for Gonzaga is just going to keep on getting better and better throughout the season goes. Travlon, welcome on the channel here. Hello. Jack puts out here, when he plays golf and watches golf, his ball goes into the water and he watches it go into the rough. Ooh. Always the worst when you get a double bogey there right into the ocean, but it's always cool when you can skip the ball. I saw somebody on a highlight reel a couple of weeks ago. He skipped the ball in a practice run in the Masters. He skipped the ball from the green over the water, and there was a hole-in-one, and it was in a practice round. It was phenomenal. Final 4 here for Raptor. Gonzaga, Illinois, Iowa, and Richmond. He got a Cinderella story. I think very well there could be a Cinderella story out there for this year. Graham, welcome in here. Looks like all he had to do is sub if he says his name. I was able to say Graham here as we welcome him on the channel. So we welcome him back. Of course, remember, no spamming the chat out here. Unlike earlier. So, we're going to get to the second half, so we're going to start the second half. Over 50 people watching. If you're new in the stream, make sure spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that sub, ring that notification bell as well, as we are getting right back to this one. Cannot show the actual TV due to copyright violations on YouTube, so that's why it's only play-by-play only. It's going to be Kentucky basketball. BJ Boston going to be the inbound passer here. Kentucky going right to left in the court first. So Kentucky now with the ball. As he put the ball right into the hands of Sarr, handed it right back over to Boston, and now it's over to Askew. Back over to Boston here, top of the key. Boston now with the basketball over to Askew once again at the edge of the State Farm Champion Classic logo, and we get a quick foul call. It's picked up by Kansas here as the clock will stop. Negro, welcome on the stream here, here as well as Don. Welcome on the channel, Don. Appreciate, man, for the thumbs up. Actually, I just, that kind of connected with me. What is good there, KG? First free throw at the line. Davion Mintz hits it. Thomas Harris, welcome on board here. I just connected it when I just said it a couple minutes ago. It's spelled differently, though. Second free throw, no good at the line by Mintz. Thoughts on Boston College this season? They could very well surprise teams. I think they could very well steal one against Duke this year. But, But we'll have to see. Big season for Jim Christian for BC. This could be do or make it type of season or get fired type of season. On the hot seat here for Jim Christian as we are back. Kentucky with the basketball. Deep 2 takes it, and it's up, and it's good by Kentucky. Knocks it down. 38-29 the score. 19:25 left to go. Interesting name we got here in the chat. Kansas now with the basketball. Garrett has it. At the top of the key over to Agbaji. Moves it over inside the post. McCormack as he puts up the jumper. That's going to be the 8th block of the game right there by Kentucky. Ball hits the baseline. As Isaiah Jackson there blocks his 5th shot of the game. 18 block right there by Kentucky. And Kansas going to get the inbound coming up underneath their hoop. 19:10 left to go. I didn't even realize it until I said it. Or so. What a name indeed. That shot no good by Kansas. Rebound Kentucky. Wildcats now with the basketball. They have it at the free throw circle. Moves over to the right corner. Askew pass over to Clark. Clark drives into the lane. Puts it up. And that's going to get blocked right there by Kansas. Jayhawks with the basketball right back. At the top of the key to Christian Brown. Slides it over to Agbaji at the left wing. Entry pass underneath to McCormick. He's double teamed. Pass over right baseline. Wilson puts it up, and we get a blocking foul. Oh, they're going to reverse it. They're going to say Jalen Wilson picks up the foul for Kansas. So this is going to go right back over to Kentucky. So Jalen Wilson picks up the foul underneath as Olivier Sarr. He was trying to go up for the block right there. And they said, Jalen Wilson led in with the left shoulder and pushed off. So Kentucky has it back. That's the 3rd personal in the second half here for Kansas. Kentucky, no personal so far, playing clean basketball in the second half. Left corner 3. No good by Boston. The rebound to Kansas. And we get a foul as well. That's the 1st personal now by Kentucky. So clock will stop. 18:21 left to go. Favorite food. Favorite food would have to be tacos. Anything Mexican. Quesadillas too. Nachos are good too. So those are some of my favorite foods. For my fantasy basketball team, actually, I don't even have taco on my roster, but I got the taco logo for my fantasy basketball team. Yeah, that was quite the name we had right here in the chat. 18:20 left to go. Kansas ball. They take it past half court. Jayhawks have it top of the key. Garrett with the basketball as he dribbles to the left elbow. Moves it over to the top here to Brown. Christian Brown has it. Pass over to the left wing. They're going to go dribble drive inside Wilson. Able to cut between the defense, and Kentucky just couldn't rotate over and guard him. That was an easy lane to the bucket right there for Jalen Wilson for 2. Wildcats now with the ball. Clark has it at the left baseline. Bounce pass over to Sarr. Sarr passes over to the top of the key straight away. 3. Clark takes it. No good. Fight for the rebound, and they will call Lance Ware right there behind the back call on the rebounds. As Kansas will have the ball right back here as Kentucky picks up another personal. Yeah, I'm pretty big fan of all Mexican foods. Like a lot of stuff I like from Mexican. My grandfather's actually Mexican, so my grandfather actually came from Mexico. We're back into it. Kansas now with the basketball. Currently 7-point lead. Yeah, my name sounds Mexican. Yep, my dad's side of the family's Mexican, and my mom's side of the family's Portuguese. Kansas missed the shot at the right baseline. They couldn't get the basketball back as they had the offensive rebound, and they bobbled it at the baseline by Jalen Wilson. So Kentucky will have the ball once again. Hey, there we go. Raptors back here, so finally gets his account right back. Yeah, Kentucky is just torching Kansas once again in the paint in this game. Once again, Kansas allowing a lot in the paint today. Kentucky has it top of the key. Jackson wide open. Moves it over to the left wing. Askew with it. Pass over to the left corner to Jackson. Back over to Askew here. Askew with it. Dribble drive. Moves it. Oh, nice pass. Right corner. Takes the 3. Couldn't get it, though. Couldn't convert. Cameron Fletcher missed it off the mark. Rebound, Kansas. I'm from Massachusetts, by the way. So, up in the Northeast. Here up in Mass. Kansas with it. Marcus Garrett has it at the free throw circle. Floats it up, and that's going to be blocked. Block number 9 by Kentucky as Kentucky has in transition. Left baseline. Terrence Clark puts it up, and they're going to call a foul. It's going to be offensive by Clark. He runs right over a Kansas defender as the clock will stop here with 16:39. Listen to Impossible Made by James Arthur. No, I don't believe I've listened to that before. Kansas will have it back. 16.5 left to go. Top of the key for the Jayhawks. If you guys are new to the stream, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that sub. They try to go for the alley-oop off the cutter there, and they're going to get fouled, as it will send 2 shots coming up at the free throw line. Foul picked up by number 21 of Kentucky, Cameron Fletcher. There's going to be 2 coming up at the line. Hey, welcome in, KG. No problem, man. Appreciate for finding my channel and stopping on by. Quite the name you got. You fooled me on that, brother. First free throw at the line. McCormack hit it. I remember we had somebody for the NBA streams that came back for a couple of streams, and we kept on asking him to change the logo, and it was a pretty terrible logo, and he never changed it. Like, the guy never changed his logo, and he was in my streams. It was not a good one. Both of the free throws going down at the line by Kansas, by McCormack. 5-point game. Kentucky stole the basketball here. At the top of the key into the hands of Boston. Yeah, definitely got a nice laugh there. As Boston pass over left corner, wide open 3, takes it and cannot convert with it. Cameron Fletcher missed it. And that is 2 open corner 3s, both from the right and the left, that Fletcher missed. Kansas pass inside underneath McCormack. Moves it back to the top here. Igbaji. Dribble drive inside. Igbaji puts it up. No good off the side of the backboard. A rebound Kentucky. Wildcats now with the basketball. They have it in transition. Kentucky floats it up and they travel with it. The refs blow the whistle here by Brandon Boston as he travels, and Coach Cal gonna take, is he gonna take a timeout or no? Coach Cal, of course, furious with that travel on the last play by Kentucky. Yes, we're gonna go to a timeout now. So timeout taken on the court, 38-33 the score. And Kansas has crept right back in this one in a little bit. Can I play 2K21 sometime for the NBA? Unfortunately, I don't have like upgraded video games for my systems here. I haven't played video games in ages. I have like all the classics, like all the classics from the 2000s. I got PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, so I've got all the classics from 2000s. I've got NBA Live 08. I think I got 2003 or 2004 I have for the NBA. And I got college basketball March Madness 01 and then March Madness 06. And I have a couple Madden games. I have Madden 2000. I got Madden 2006 as well. A couple college football games too. I know I got 2011, 2008. I got college basketball or college football Game Breaker 2004. It's quite the game that they have by I think it's 247 Sports. They had that. They came out with it. Yeah, I'll see if I can search that up later, Gonzaga fan, and see the lyrics after. So right now we're on a timeout in this one. Kansas has crept right back into this game. Current scoreboard update. College basketball games looks like this. Nebraska trying to close it out against South Dakota, 76-69. With under 3 left to go in that one. Other games going on. Alabama up against UNLV, 71-60 with the final 6 minutes remaining in that game. And then St. Mary's cruising over Nicholls State right now, 50-25. So there's not too many games in action, but those are a couple of games going on right now as we're into the late stages of tonight. I'll be back tomorrow night. I plan on covering 2 games tomorrow night once again. And have some good games going on. Baylor, West Virginia. West Virginia's a heavyweight. They got 2 really good rebounders. Derek Culver, Oscar Shibwe going up against absolutely stacked Gonzaga team that can run the floor. And that game's tomorrow at 7. And then I plan on doing the late game tomorrow. Gonna be a late night. Expect the points to fall off the board. Illinois, Baylor. Should be a good one between 2 versus 5 tomorrow. Vaughn might change his logo. Well, it's up to you, man. It's up to you. It's up to you when you want to do your stream. But you should definitely do your streams or start streaming sometime. Should definitely start streaming. Definitely would love to join the stream of yours sometime, Vaughn. As we're going to get right back into this one. 38-36 the score. 5-point game with 15.5 left to go. Kansas now with the basketball. Moves it back to the top of the key. Garrett takes the three. No good off the mark, and they get the offensive rebound, and they put it back up and in. That is good for 2. Kentucky should have had a board underneath there. They just, underneath, mistimed their jump, and Jalen Wilson able to get the putback. This is as close as it's been for quite some time. Approaching 15 left to go. Kentucky now with the basketball at the top. Ball at the left wing perimeter into the hands of Boston. I graduated college 3 years ago. So I went to college in Mass, and I graduated in 2017. Kentucky missed the shot to get the offensive rebound and the right baseline jumper. And it was right inside, and they missed it. They overshot the rim on what should have been an easy shot underneath. Kansas has a big shot underneath there, or that gets blocked by Jackson. And Kansas going to have the basketball right back after the block, though. Kansas moves it around. A wide open left corner three. Christian Brown for the tie. Missed it. Tipped out of bounds. And the refs say it's tapped out of bounds by Kentucky. So the clock stops with 14:33, and Kansas will get a break here, so he's going to have the basketball back. Christian Brown, he was wide open. He made multiple triples in the last one. He was 5 for 8. In the last game against St. Joseph's, he had a career-high 30 points. He was wide open from the left corner. He missed it. That was a golden opportunity missed right there for Kansas. So 14:33 left to go. Kansas going to get the basketball right back. Agbaji will have it here on the inbounds. They move it back here at the top for Kansas to the right wing perimeter. Harris drives inside, dishes underneath. They put it up, no good. Off the back iron to get the offensive rebound. The shot gets blocked out of bounds. Also might have been contact there too. The clock will start with 14:24. And this is going to be, free throws coming up. 2 of them by Kansas. Yeah, this has just been total defense in this half. 6-3, the scoring in favor of Kansas in the second half. By the way, 6 blocks today by Isaiah Jackson. We still got 14:24 left to go. First free throw missed it by Kansas at the free throw line. They're 7 for 12 today. Second free throw coming up here by Jalen Wilson. He knocks that one down. Draws one and 2. 38-36 to score. Kentucky now has it. Going to take it past the half-court logo with Askew. Devin Askew now with the basketball. As he dribbles at the right wing, passes over to the top here to Jacob Toppin, now off the bench into the game. Moves over to the left wing to Mintz. Davion Mintz has it. At the top of the key, 10 on the shot clock, approaching 14 left to go. Mintz still dribbles, looks the pass that he does at the left wing into the hands of Dante Allen. Hit the lone three-point shot of the game for Kentucky. They're 1 for 11. They're going to take a pull-up three. No good. Way off the mark. Not good shot clock management right there by Kentucky. As Mintz missed it for way outside. Rebound Kansas for a chance to tie. They have it inside. McCormack has it, and Kentucky picks up the fall on the post. Non-shooting foul. That's going to be the 6th team foul here. Second half by Kentucky. We still have 13:43 left to go. What's good? Ben, welcome to the stream, man. He's liking Kansas in this one. Welcome to the channel, brother. If you guys are new here to the stream, make sure to spike that thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Ring that notification bell as well if you enjoy play-by-play live streams as I cover play-by-play basketball here on Behind the Arc Basketball. I cover college basketball games, also NBA games as well. Taking a look here, Kentucky foul trouble. 3 fouls each by Devin Askew, Terrence Clark, and Olivier Sarr right now. 2 fouls by Cameron Fletcher and 2 by Isaiah Jackson. Isaiah Jackson, most impressive Kentucky Wildcat today, as nobody's got double figures yet, but Isaiah Jackson, 7 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 blocks so far. 10 blocks as a team by Kentucky. Defensively, that's why they're up by 2. 38-36, low scoring game. Kansas with an inbound. They have the basketball. Driving inside. They put it up. No good, but they get fouled again. 7th personal of the second half for Kansas. We still got 13:37 left to go. And 7th personal by Kentucky. That's going to lead to Kansas here in the bonus. Shooting 2. They were fouled on the shooting fall. So Jalen Wilson, 10 rebounds today for Kansas. Having a great game on the boards. He's going to go and shoot 2 at the free throw line. First free throw, got it. Just barely. Rolled around the rim and in. I used to do football, but I'm going to stick to basketball now because football just took so much time and it took away like a lot of time from my family. So I'm just going to stick to basketball right now. Creighton did excellent today. By the way, Nebraska, another team from Nebraska. Nebraska closing out against South Dakota, 76-69 to score. But Creighton won today against Omaha, 94-67. So big victory there. And Marcus Zagorowski had 11 assists in that one. Second free throw, no good by Kansas. They get the offensive rebound. They take a 3, no good, missed it. And Kentucky with a huge board, but a fight for the basketball goes out of bounds here at the corner of the court. And the refs are going to say that Kansas last touched it. So Kentucky will have the basketball right back here with 13:23 left to go. This is a defensive slugfest battle in this game today. What a defensive slugfest battle. Kentucky has it. Top of the key for the Wildcats. At the left wing, Mintz. Pass over to Boston. Nobody with double figures here for the Wildcats trying to get somebody there. They could with a 3. If it's that player, Mintz has it at the left wing. Looking to pass it with 3 in the shot clock. They're going to call a foul. Or no, there's going to be a timeout. Coach Cal is furious here. He's coming up right next to the official and his teammates. He is furious here with Isaiah Jackson, I think, about the last play. And Coach Cal has to take a timeout on a random Kentucky possession with 3 left to go on the shot clock. Ouch. Oh, man. This has been a rough second half. 8 points for Kansas, only 3 for Kentucky in the second half. Ouch. Right now we're in the timeout. Kentucky was looking so good early on. They were leading by 13, their largest lead. Welcome back, KG here. This has just been tight game. Kentucky has had all this momentum, and Kansas making it closer and closer and closer. Snail pace right now. Bradley had a Zoom meeting today for his job. Gonna be starting soon. Congrats, man. That's awesome. You're starting your job soon. It has been quite some time. I'm gonna see if I can find that here. It's been a long time though since Kentucky scored, since the beginning of this half. They've only had 3 points to show for, and we still got 12:56 left to go. So we've gone past the first 7 minutes and 4 seconds here. They've only scored 3 points. They just don't have that knockdown shooter they had last season. Captain Big Boss, welcome in here. Yeah, he was going ballistic right there with Isaiah Jackson with Coach Cal. Yeah, Captain Big Boss predicting this one would go into overtime. It's looking like it could very well possibly for today. Oh, man. Hopefully you took the under for this one, because the only way that it could take the over is if it goes into multiple overtimes in this game. So this is an 8-zip run by Kansas in the last 5 minutes, 13 seconds. Kentucky has yet to score a single point in the last 6 minutes and 45 seconds. So it's been 6:45 since the last time that Kentucky scored a basket. So yeah, it's been a real drag in this game right now. Kansas, their last shot attempts, they are 1 for 10 from the floor, while Kentucky is 0 for 9. Nobody in double figures tonight for Kentucky. Leading the way for the Wildcats, it is right now 7 points, that is it, by Isaiah Jackson. He is having a pretty good performance as we are back into it. 38-37 the score. It is Kansas with the basketball as they take it up the court and they get fouled here. So the Jayhawks once again going to find themselves at the free throw line, as the clock will stop with 12:46 left to go. Olivier Sarr in a lot of foul trouble. He picked up his 4th. So they desperately need their big man on the court right now. Olivier Sarr with 4 fouls. Christian Braun, 2 shots here for a chance to tie at the free throw line. He's got 10 rebounds in this game by Braun. Only 5 points. He ties it up, knocks it down. 38 even. I remember a year ago, this was Zach's score. I remember calling a game. It was UConn against Indiana. And yeah, we were stuck on 38 points even in that game for like 12 minutes straight. Like, we were just stuck there. Nobody could score for like a 12-minute span or something like that. It was insane. Second free throw. Breaks the 38 marker. Kansas captures the lead. 39-38 here for Kansas. So they took the lead for the first time in a long time. Kentucky has yet to score since 16:36 in the first half. And now we're at 12:30 left to go in the first, yeah. That was the first lead by Kansas at 16:34 in the first half. Kentucky's yet to score in over 7 minutes. So Kentucky now with the basketball. They have it into the key. Clock will stop. It's going to be a foul picked up by Kansas here. That's their 5th personal. The clock will stop with 12:23. A lot of fouls here lately. That's 5 by Kansas in the half and 8 by Kentucky so far. So Kentucky's going to get the inbound underneath. Pass over to the left corner. Wildcats now with the basketball, drives inside. Mintz no good, hit the front rim to get the offensive rebound, and another Kansas foul they pick up underneath. Clock will stop again, 12:16. It seems like every 5 or 8 seconds there's a foul. Yeah, so we take a look right now. Foul trouble in this game. Olivier Sarr, the one that's in foul trouble for Kentucky. 4 fouls, 3 by Terrence Clark, 3 by Askew so far. And then 2 by Fletcher, 2 by Ware, 2 by Jackson. Jackson having the most... Isaiah Jackson out of anybody for Kentucky having the most impressive type of game so far today. Kentucky driving inside and finally a bucket there. B.J. Boston able to go to the cup for 2. He's got 6 points. Finally they hit 40 on the board. 11:50 left to go. Kansas now with the basketball. At the left wing perimeter, Brown pass over to Wilson. Jalen Wilson here with the basketball. Moves over to the right wing. Into the hands of Harris, who passes over to Wilson, splits defenders, lays it up and in. Jalen Wilson for 2 for Kansas. He puts it home off the backboard. He also gets fouled. And Wilson going to go to the free throw line, shoot 1. Yeah, I saw that earlier, Ben. Christian Braun got his technical earlier in this game. Hey, thanks so much, Braden, for stopping on by, and enjoy the rest of your night, man. I'll see you later, man. Absolute drag in this game right now is we're going to go to a timeout. There's going to be 1 free throw coming up at the line coming up after this timeout. 11 rebounds by Isaiah Jackson as he has been impressive with 6 blocks today by Jackson. 3 for 6 from the floor. 7 points, the leading scorer for Kentucky. But it's just been a really struggle here. The 2 5-stars. Terrence Clark, P.J. Boston, both of them, 6 points only, with 3 for 10 shooting each from the floor in this game. And then Davian Mintz is only 2 for 6 shooting with 6 points as well. It's been really disappointing today. As of late, Kentucky's defense kept them in as they were doing some great things up by 13 early on in the first half. Man. Kansas in this one. 2 players in double figures. Achai Agbaji, 10 points. Jalen Wilson, 10 points, 10 rebounds. Christian Braun, 10 rebounds as a shooting guard for Christian Braun. In this game, he finds himself with 10 boards. Not a great shooting night by Braun, though. 2 for 7 from the floor. Yet to hit perimeter triple. He's 0 for 2 from the outside. Yep, after this game, everybody ought to be able to sleep good tonight. Well, I hope that I'd be able to do so. I was up to 2 a.m. last night in the 60-mile-per-hour winds. We lost power, so yeah, definitely got to get some much-needed rest after this one to be back for the doubleheader tomorrow. And hopefully tomorrow's late game, Illinois-Baylor, hopefully we'll be able to see some points go off the board. I actually predict Baylor to win that 82-80. Two high-flying offenses going into the game, averaging 99 points per game. Like top 10 offenses in college basketball right now between Baylor and Illinois. It should be a good one tomorrow compared to this one. We got 11:37 left to go. I wish I had time. I don't really have much time during the day because I work a full-time job or so it's easier for me to stream during the day than actually record videos and then vlog and then put together an entire video. Video editing takes so long. That's why I don't have much like time on my hands towards night by the time I get home, because it takes so long to like edit videos or so. I've done a couple things, but the projects would last longer. Like there'd only be like one upload like every 2 weeks or so probably, instead of like constantly daily streams if I did vlogs. Kansas on a 12-2 run, slowly but creeping there in the last 6:27 as they have recaptured a lead. Kentucky sadly has only made one shot out of the last 11 from the floor in this one. This game is just dragged on. So many fouls lately, and we are right now 37 minutes away from midnight where I am here out on the East Coast. We have 11:37 left to go in this one, in this game. If you're new in the channel, feel free to spike that thumbs up. Hitting that like helps out this video a ton being found on YouTube. Hit that subscribe. Ring that notification bell as well, as we are back to basketball action. Kansas shooting the and one at the line once we left from break, and they knock it down with Jalen Wilson as he hits the free throw at the line. Kansas by 2. Skyler, welcome in, man. Going out for Big Blue Nation. Appreciate Bud for stopping them by here. Kentucky cold right now, trying to get something going on offensively. They have it at the right wing with Mintz, Clark, and Boston all have 6 points. Boston and Clark are both shooting 3 for 10 from the floor, trying to get something in. Davion Mintz gives away the basketball. Bounce pass just wide of the mark of Jacob Toppin, and the ball gets stolen as a gift right there by Kansas into the hands of Christian Brown. Brown now with the ball, but going to put it into the hands of Garrett at the top of the key. Garrett with it, dribbles towards his left. Moves over to the top here to Jalen Wilson. Drives inside, missed it. Too high off the backboard, a rebound, Kentucky. Kentucky with a chance to tie here. 42-40, 10:50 left to go. Kentucky basketball driving inside, and they're stripped of the basketball. Mintz lost it, got it right back though in the key. Mintz going to set up it's going to be at the right wing. It's Askew actually. Askew the one who gets stripped of the ball. So Askew going to set up the offense here. Askew at the top, puts into the hands of Boston here. Boston has it now. Dribbles to the left elbow. He tried to take a jumper, and they're going to call him for the travel. BJ Boston gets called with a travel right there. It looked like he was in his jump shot motion. And Kansas going to get it back. That's the second time. That's awesome. Bradley's going to be coaching here in the next few weeks for an AAU team. That's great, man. Best of luck to you, bud. 42-40 the score. Kansas now has it, the right wing perimeter. Thanks so much, Sean and Bill. Really appreciate it, guys, for being a part here. And Kansas is going to get called with around the perimeter there with a turnover. They get called for with a whistle, so Kentucky will have it right back. Man, this scoring drought continues. Over the last 2 minutes, Kentucky's yet to score. Only scored one bucket in the last like 9 minutes or so. Kentucky lost control of the ball, gets stolen away by Kansas. Kansas couldn't finish it though, but they get fouled, so they'll go with 10 minutes even on the clock to the free throw line, shoot 2. Yeah, Monday there's not too many good games. Yeah, I think there's Monday the 10th coming up too in December, and yeah, that day I'm deciding to take off to watch the Patriots game because they take on the Rams that day, and I don't think there's anything. Yeah, most likely that's what I'm gonna do. Is double headers here most likely. I really enjoy doing it. It's great to do. Yeah, at least one game on Sunday. I was supposed to see my girlfriend on Sunday, but we had somebody test positive at work. I actually haven't seen my girlfriend in 2 weeks. Somebody tested positive at work, and then 2 other people in my work are in quarantine. So once again, I'm not gonna put anybody at risk once again. So I'm gonna stay home once again this week. It's unfortunate that this stuff has to go on right now. Kansas hit both of the free throws to the free throw line. 44-40. Kentucky with the ball, takes the jumper, missed it. They get the offensive rebound, puts it up and in. That's good off the glass for 2. Kentucky makes it 44-42. And they were also fouled as well, so they'll go shoot 1 at the line here with Jacob Toppin. Who's my pick to win it all? Oh, yep, Pats Rams is Thursday. That's right. Yep, that's correct. Yeah, it's Thursday the 10th then. Yeah, I looked at the schedule. Thursday the 10th there's like no good games at all on Thursday the 10th. Who I pick for early pick here? Gonzaga to win it all for this season. Yeah, so Pats Rams is Thursday. Yeah, I looked at that day and it's no good games on that day. And I think because Monday Night Football, there's not too many good games on Monday either. The free throw is missed. Toppin missed it. Ball tapped out of bounds, and the clock will start with 9.5. Yeah, Patriots very well. If they win against the Chargers, they should be able to take care of the Rams. They play at the same stadium at SoFi both times. And Rams have just been inconsistent lately. Yeah, it's been really tough times. I've gone now like over. It's gonna be 2 weeks by Sunday that I won't see my girlfriend because people just keep on not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Because somebody tested positive at my work and he's having a lot of trouble shaking off the virus, and then 2 other people at my work's in quarantine. It's just unfortunate. So in case I was exposed, I don't want to hang out with anybody. I just want to stay home now until later after people start getting better in my building at work. 44-42 the score. Kansas here with the inbound. Defense is this type of game. Christian Brown takes the 3, and he's yet to hit one tonight. Hits the rim short. And the ball goes out of bounds too. Kansas tried to save it as they stepped at the baseline. Skyler here is still riding Kentucky here. Still got faith in his team. Oh, they're going to improve so much, man. Both Kentucky and Duke should be able to improve so much this season before it's over. Kentucky got red hot last year before the season was over. I've been going into work every single day. I have my own office, so I don't really associate like much with the other people at work. Is that everybody usually wears their masks, but people have to host radio shows there, so they have to talk in the microphone, so they have to take their mask off. And I'm one of the technical people there that whenever like a screen goes down, I have to fix the screen, and they're hosting their show or so, and I have to get in there like close to them to fix the screen or so. Is Kentucky off the transition? They finally get a bucket right there. Kansas missed the shot. Kentucky off the fast break, able to put it up and in for 2. 44 even right there. Davion Mintz able to get that one. As we approach the 8-minute mark left to go, Kansas pass inside left baseline jumper, no good off the back rim, and Kentucky trying to get some momentum here. They want to go fast pace up the court in transition. Kentucky has the top of the key. Boston moves over to Mintz at the left wing perimeter. And Mintz just fumbles around with a basketball right there. He's lucky the ball was tapped out of bounds by Kansas as Mintz slipped with the ball on the ground right there. Inside the key, passed it back outside, and a Kansas player got his fingertips on the ball. Lucky. That could have been just costly there for Kentucky. BJ Boston is slacking big in this one. 3 for 12 from the floor in this game so far. Is this game going to regulation or overtime? I hope it's going to end in regulation, honestly, for me. It's been just a drag in this game to call today. I work at a radio station in Massachusetts, but I'm the production director at the radio station, so I'm in charge of all the commercials that they do at the radio station. Wow, Raptor never had a job where he went somewhere. Works at home in high school and now at home graphic designer. Wow, that's awesome, man, that you've always just stayed at home. So right now we're just on the timeout here, tied up at 44 in this game today. Rough game to watch. This is the Kansas team that gave up 102 to Gonzaga, and we're tied up at 44 with 7:48 remaining in this one. It's just a sad game here. Kentucky only 9 points in the second half through the first 12 minutes and 12 seconds. the leading scorer, Isaiah Jackson. He has been a bright spot here, especially defensively. Isaiah Jackson, 7 points. He's got 11 rebounds, though. He's only shot the ball 6 times. He's 3 for 6 when shooting. Perfect 1 for 1 at the free throw line. And then he's got 6 blocks. Really impressive here. Kentucky's defense has been keeping them in this game throughout the entirety of this game today. It's concerning on the schedule when they're going to be taking on some more high-powered offenses here. They got a loaded schedule coming up with all power conference teams coming up here. Georgia Tech is really just lacked so far this season. They got Georgia Tech on Sunday. Georgia Tech lost against Mercer. They lost against Georgia State. They put up 120 points in 4 overtimes against Georgia State there. And that's the next game on Sunday. And then Notre Dame, which hung in pretty well against Michigan State there. Notre Dame on the road for that one, though, at noontime on December 12th. So we got in this game 7 minutes, 48 left to go. So 7:48 left to go in this one. And then UCLA in the CBS Sports Classic. And then at Louisville this year on the day after Christmas at noontime for that one. Then they start conference play. The encouraging sign, though, for Kentucky is that in conference play early on, they get the weaker teams in conference play, though. South Carolina, which is a borderline NCAA tournament team I see for this year. And then they got Mississippi State and Vanderbilt. Those are 2 games that they should, on paper, win those for Kentucky, especially Mississippi State. Mississippi State has just been really down this year as far as the season. And then it picks up. The concern is when they play against high-flying offenses, one like Alabama or so. Alabama able to beat UNLV today, but Nate Oates last year put them in position to be a top 3 offense all college basketball, as they got them in January. 44-44, still anybody's game in this one. Kentucky has the basketball off the inbound, shooting a painfully low 1 for 14 from the perimeter. Kentucky has it, going to take their 15th three-point shot, and they miss it. Way too strong off the mark. They are missing sharp shooting. If they got back Emmanuel quickly here, they will be up by a ton because he was a sharp shooter. He made 3 3-point shots in a minute last season for Kentucky in one of those games. Kansas has a turnaround jumper, no good. Missed off the mark, and another foul picked up late. Whistle by Kentucky here, and the post clock will stop with 7:14. Kansas also in the double bonus as well. Ouch. Yeah, ouch. Get beat by Morehead State in the first round. Ouch. I remember 2010 tournament. Villanova barely beat Robert Morris. Barely beat Robert Morris in overtime there at Villanova. So many teams has pulled off upsets throughout the years of the tournaments, being the low seeds. Hey, thanks so much, Badger. Really appreciate it, man. Would being interested in the merch, man. Yeah, feel free to get whatever you want. I'll post the merchandise link over here as well. The merchandise, I got some pretty cool stuff there. Short sleeve shirts, long sleeve shirts, sweatshirts, t-shirts, stickers, pillows. Some pretty cool stuff there over on the merchandise site. So feel free to check that out. I just put the link down in the chat there. It's over on Teespring. So if any of you guys are interested in behind the arc basketball merchandise, feel free to check it out. Kentucky had the basketball. They took it up the court, and it's going to be called a Kansas foul. It's by number 33 here for Kansas. David McCormack, he picked up the foul. First free throw. That one's up. That one's good at the line. Game's tied up at 45. Vaughn needs a scoreboard here. You got to get a scoreboard, man, for your channel. You have 70 people watching now. If you're new in the stream here, Defensive Slugfest, hit that thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. I cover play-by-play basketball games here on Behind the Arc Basketball. Tomorrow, I'll be back. Double header. We're going to have Gonzaga versus West Virginia at 7 Eastern Time. Then Baylor versus Illinois at 10 Eastern Time. Second free throw. Kentucky knocks it down. Jacob Toppin with 6. Kansas now with the basketball. They have it at the left wing perimeter. They drive inside. That one gets blocked underneath right there. Another big block. That's block number 7 of the game by Isaiah Jackson in transition. Takes the 3. Got it. Finally, somebody for Kentucky. Davion Mintz knocks it down. Time out on the floor. 6:39 left to go. Remember that one right there, Coach Cal. Must be happy about that. Finally, somebody in transition for Kentucky hits a three, and it comes off the block by Isaiah Jackson. He is having himself a defensive type of game. Isaiah Jackson, 7 points, 12 rebounds. He is the MVP player here if Kentucky wins in this one because of what he has done defensively here in this game today. They've got 11 total, 7 of those blocks by Jackson in this game, helping him key to defense, and huge transition three there by Mintz. And Mintz the leading scorer now in 9. Still nobody with double figures in this game for Kentucky. Mintz almost there. He's got 9. Defense has been huge for Kentucky. 7 steals, 11 blocks in this game so far. Kansas, 10 turnovers. Still got 6:19 left to go. Hey, thanks so much, Sean. Really appreciate it, man. Glad to have you on the channel here. Yeah, it's been awesome growth here ever since I started. I started in the NBA playoffs. They had like 1,300 subs, and I grew to 9,000 in October. It's incredible. I grew over 8,000 subs in the NBA playoffs. Kansas with the basketball off the inbound. Perimeter pass the left corner. Took the 3. Ibaji off the mark. No good. Let me know down in the chat below who you got in this one. Kansas or Kentucky. Type it up in the chat if you guys are new and haven't already done so. Kentucky had it but lost control of the basketball. Kansas with a steal in the corner of the court. They pass over to the corner. Left baseline dribble. Brown puts it up. And that shot's going to get tapped out of bounds. Lost control of it by Christian Brown at the baseline out of bounds. And Kentucky will get the basketball back with 6 minutes even left to go on the clock. Jackson here, technically right on his prediction. Said Michigan State, but kind of went with Duke since they were leading. But Michigan State went back and went with Kansas, but they kind of thought Kentucky would win. So he's got for his predictions. 5:47 left to go. Kentucky has it inside the post. And they will call an offensive foul, looks like, on Kentucky there, as they led with a left elbow. Left elbow Jacob Toppin, the one who gets called with an offensive foul. So, inbound here by Kansas as they get the basketball. It's Austin, welcome to the stream, man. Going out for Big Blue Nation. Appreciate Bud for stopping them by. A right corner 3. Kansas knocks it down. Jalen Wilson from the perimeter. Thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it, Austin. 1 point game. Jalen Wilson with 16. Kentucky has it. Davion Mintz, top of the key with the ball. Looking to pass it. And he moves it over to Boston. Boston having a rough game today. Trying to make something. And there's going to be a foul picked up. Looks like it's on Kansas. Clock will stop with 5:09. Bo Heel is what's good here. He's going for Kentucky. He predicts to win this one. Hey, what's good behind the arc, fan? Glad to have you back here from school. Hope all went well today during your school, man. 5:09 left to go on the clock. It's going to be free throws here at the line. 1-1 bonus for Kentucky. First free throw, good. BJ Boston able to hit it. Actually, they're going to say it's 2. He was in his motion on the shooting fall. I thought he was more stripped to the ball. I started the channel back in January of 2019, so it's almost been 2 years from now I started this channel. It's incredible. We almost have 10K for subs. We are growing past the 9K mark. Second free throw. Knocks it down at the line by Boston. Boston's numbers tonight look like this. It's been rough for him. 3 for 12 shooting. He's got only 8 points tonight. Yeah, this has been a defensive type of slugfest in this game. Defense all game long. Kansas takes the 3. It's open, and they get it. Wide open at the top of the key was Jalen Wilson. He is having himself a great game. Ties up at 51. Under 5 minutes left to go. Kentucky has it. Moves over to the left wing. Into the hands of Clark. Pass over top of the key. Shoots the 3 straight away. That is way too strong and no good there by Jackson. The rebound back over to Kansas. Kansas takes it past half court. Agbaji slides it back to the left wing. Another 3. That time's off the mark. Wilson missed it that time. A rebound. Kentucky tie game up at 51. Takes it past half court. Dribbles. And we'll get a Kansas foul. Dribbled right there where the ball was BJ Boston. He got fouled at the free throw circle. Clock will stop with 4:19. So as far as this game's going on, no score for Kentucky has reached the double-digit mark, believe it or not, today. 9 points leading the way. Davion Mintz, 7 by Isaiah Jackson. He is the stud in this game today, defensively, keeping the Wildcats in it as they hit the free throws. That is good. That is good. It's Jackson's defense that, if Kentucky somehow wins this slugfest, able to hold on, Jackson gets the game ball for this one. 7 points. 3 for 7 from the floor, but what he's done the most defense. 12 rebounds, 8 blocks. 12 as a team by Kentucky. Second free throw knocks it down. 53-51 the score. Very well come down to free throws. Kansas. Now the basketball at the top of the key. Kentucky at the free throw line, 13 for 18. Kansas, 15 for 22. Brown, deep three from the parking lot. Left wing, no good off the mark. Rebound, Kentucky. Kentucky now has them. There are 4 left to go. Dribble drive inside. Puts it up. No good. Oh, they missed the slam dunk. Put back, though. Missed by Sarr. Kentucky in transition. Goes back, Kansas in transition. Lays it up and in. That was a missed layup right there by Mintz. Olivier Sarr should have had the putback jam, and it went off the back rim and out. And Kansas made them pay in transition. We're tied up here. 53 even with 3.5 left to go. That should have been an easy 2, and Kentucky should have been up by 4. They pass it inside. Almost lost control of it. Wide open 3. Toppin takes it, and he is way, way off the mark. Though we get a foul. And it's going to be on the rebound. He's saying Kentucky they fouled. That was on an air ball of a shot, too. So we're going to go into a timeout here. A lot of fouls way away from Kentucky in this one. Yeah, Mintz a senior to transfer from Creighton here. We have 3:25 left to go in a defense game here. Did Raptor ever tell me here the story Toledo University being interested for him for basketball? I actually didn't. I didn't hear that story yet. Feel free to let me know, man. That's cool, dude. Yeah, Bradley just realized. Yep, that's right. I remember you were here since early December. It was Louisville against Michigan. That's right, man. First stream there. It's almost his 1-year anniversary. Wow. Big air ball. Just moments ago. A lot of fouls in this game, for sure. As we take a look at it right now, 13 total by Kentucky. And 9 total by Kansas right now. So that's the fouls currently. Who they got in that game coming out? Quicks, Witt, appreciate the man for stopping them by. I'm going to take Creighton in that one. Creighton can shoot the ball lights out from the perimeter. So Kansas just struggling in this game to produce offensively. And they got ripped to shreds against Gonzaga. They kept on attacking in the post. Will I stream the Michigan game tomorrow? I will not be covering Michigan tomorrow. I'm going to be covering for tomorrow 2 really good games. West Virginia, Gonzaga at 7. And then Illinois against Baylor tomorrow at 10. So that's what I plan on covering is Gonzaga, West Virginia, and then Illinois, Baylor. So 2 really good games tomorrow. It should be. I was shocked that Michigan almost lost against Oakland there on Sunday. Oakland is 0-5 right now. And they took them right into overtime. This is just bad shooting basketball here. Yeah, McCormack's had a rough game. Agbaji as well. He's 3 for 15 shooting. If Kentucky wins this game, Jackson gets the game ball here because what he's done defensively, helping out Kentucky so much in this game. Taking a look at foul trouble. Jalen Wilson, Kentucky's star, in a lot of foul trouble here. He's been the hot hand tonight. That's the reason why. If Kansas wins this game, Jalen Wilson gets the game ball. 7 for 15 from the floor, 21 points carrying this team in this game. And then after that, Ochai Agbaji got 10 points. Nobody from Kentucky to hit double figures tonight in this one. Dave McCormack, 8 misses, 1 for 9 shooting, 7 points. 7 points by Christian Braun, having a really rough game as well. He's got 10 rebounds, though, for a shooting guard. Yet to hit a perimeter triple by him, as he came off a career-high 30 points against St. Joseph's on Black Friday. So 53-53. Yeah, that's right. Texas looks really good. Kentucky doesn't play Texas, I don't think, though. They got Georgia Tech coming up next. Georgia Tech, they got UCLA as well, and Louisville. They don't get Texas, though. Villanova gets Texas. Kansas at the free throw line, and both of their free throws go down. Yeah, no, Notre Dame. Yeah, that's right. They got Notre Dame on December 12th for Kentucky also. And Notre Dame hung right in there. They only lost by 10 against Michigan State. So we're back into it. It's going to be Kentucky basketball trailing by 2. Oh, maybe a late game on the schedule then. They have it at the right wing perimeter. Kentucky has it. Into the hands of Boston. Passes underneath, back at his waist. Sarr, turnaround jumper, got it. At the right baseline, that's good. Tie game up at 55. Good job there by Sarr, able to get that one. He missed a putback dunk earlier. They should have been up by 4 at that point. 2:50 left remaining. Kansas has it at the top here into the hands of Gary. Got over 70 people now. If you guys are new, spike that thumbs up, hit that like, hit that sub, ring that notification bell as well as Kansas. Jumper from the perimeter, and they knock it down. They extended a 3. Achai Agbaji, he has got 13. 2.5 left to go. I'll catch up in the chat just a moment. Kentucky bad pass. Stolen away. Off the deflection. Kansas transition. One man to beat Agbaji. Throws it down with a right-handed flush here, and Kansas starts to pull away. Timeout taken. Coach Cal with 2:26 left remaining. Bad possession by Kentucky. They tried to pass that one inside, and just in a swarm of Kentucky defenders got deflected, and it led to 2 points off the turnover off the Agbaji slam. So let's see here, right now off the timeout. So Toledo contacted Raptor, his high school, but the highlight reel was from the 8th grade, told him he didn't play basketball, stopped contacting him. Oh man, that's too bad. Too bad, dude. So 8th grade Raptor got interest from a D1 basketball school. That is cool, dude. Oh man, getting the contacts early. You must have wished that they had contacted you back in the 8th grade there instead of high school. Yeah, Marcus Zagorowski is a stud. He had 11 assists today in that game. Yeah, Dixon had a good game today for Villanova. As we are right back into this one, folks. 60-55 to score. 2:10 left to go. As Kentucky has it. Yeah, you can untime him for Ant, because he's been on here for a long time. It's just, obviously, I know how he feels, just frustrated here. This is just poor Kentucky basketball display. Really just bad basketball here. They have just so much they got to improve on. We got 2:05 left to go. Kentucky, they went left baseline, and they got fouled, so Kentucky going to go to the free throw line and shoot 2 coming up by Devin Askew. Really rough here. Yeah, they were up by 13, and then Kansas just crawled their way right back in. At first free throw, it's good by Askew. 31-20. Kansas has outscored Kentucky here in the second half. I was frustrated yesterday when I saw the box score to Providence against Indiana. David Dukes is supposed to be a breakout star this year for Providence, and yeah, he was just a no-show yesterday against Indiana. Maybe even frustrated to see Indiana lose by 22 today against Texas. Being a Providence fan, that does not help out the resume for the Friars. That puts them not into the Power 36 for this upcoming week. So both free throws go down at the line by Askew. Minute 50 left to go. Kansas now with the basketball. Jalen Wilson, he's going to get the game ball for Kansas if they can pull it off. If Kentucky wins, then it's going to be Isaiah Jackson. At the right wing perimeter, Kansas has it. Dribble drive inside, and going to put it up, and Wilson with 2 more, having himself a ball game here. 62-57. He has got 21 points in the second half, 23 total by Jalen Wilson. Kentucky has it. Urgency. Minute 25 left to go. Got to see some urgency here. If you're Kentucky, puts it up. Good kiss off the glass there. BJ Boston gets it for 2. They're down by 3. Minute 15 left to go. Boston now in double figures, as he is the only one to get there for Kentucky with 12 leading the way. He's missed 9 shots, 4 for 13 from the floor. Approaching 1 minute left to go. Kansas basketball. Jayhawks have it at the top of the key. Into the hands of Garrett, holding the basketball, as he is guarded by Askew. 15 on the shot clock, 56 seconds left to go. Kansas with it, 3-point game. Very well could come down to this possession here. Kansas has it. As at the top of the key. Garris, spin move, inside, works his way there, and could not put it up. Shot clock violation by Kansas. Kentucky going to have it right back. 41.8 left to go on the clock. Anybody's game right now. Captain Big Boss calling OT. We will see, man, if that happens here. 41.8 seconds left to go. As Marcus Garrett drove inside, missed the layup, too high off the backboard, did not touch the rim. There was a shot clock violation. Yeah, no spoilers out here in the chat. If you guys are new, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that sub. Welcome back, JR, man. Really appreciate it. You came just in time for a great, great ending in this game for this one. Kentucky as well in the bonus here, 62-59. We got 38 seconds left to go. Kentucky's going to get the basketball off the inbound. They have it at the right wing perimeter. Pull-up jumper, takes the three. Clark, no good, missed it. A rebound, Christian Brown with the ball for Kansas in the final 28 seconds. Kentucky's going to fall now. Kansas in the double bonus, and Kentucky picks up the fall with 25.8. So 2 free throws coming up at the line here. We got 25.8 left to go. We're in the second half. So we welcome in Crozar onto the channel. Second half and final 25.8 seconds. Terrence Clark. Disappointing game here for the 5-star. 3 for 10 shooting. He has just fouled out. Picked up his 5th personal. And he will finish with 6 points. That is it. Achai Egbaji. 15-point shooting. 2 shots here at the free throw line. First shot missed it. No good. Missed the free throw. Kansas 17 for 25 at the line. Second free throw coming up here. Hey, hope all went well during your AP test there for your class, man. Second free throw, missed it. Offensive rebound, though, by Christian Brown. 23 seconds left to go, and Brown, with the basketball, gets fouled from behind. Clock will stop, and Christian Brown will go to the free throw line. Second half, Cruiser. They don't do quarters in college, so it's not like the NBA where they play 4 quarters. It's the second half. So there's only 2 halves in college basketball. So we have the final 23 seconds left to go. First free throw, Christian Brown, no good. Missed it. Ouch. Recent misses by Kansas at the free throw line. He has had a real off game here. The career game against St. Joseph's, 30 points, but today, disappointing for Brown. 7 points, 2 for 10 shooting. Second free throw, got it. Puts it to a 2-score game, 63-59. Kentucky basketball, dribble drive, too much time, passes left baseline, way too much time passing, top of the key, 15 seconds. Gonna float it up and got it. Wow, from the perimeter. Leading right there. Actually, they're gonna say it's a deep 2. His foot was on the line. So they count the bucket. Deep 2 by Davion Mitz with 12.4. I thought that could have been a 3 though, but they're gonna say, oh, there we go. It's a 3. So yeah, I was right at first. They're gonna review this. So they are going to review this right now. 12.4 seconds left to go. Whether this is a 2 or a 3 by Davion Mintz as he was leaning forward. Shot fake right there as we take a look at the replay. And that, I can't see from that angle because it's over the top. That appears to be, it's behind the line with his foot. That looks like it's behind. That's not giving me a good camera angle though. That is really close. Really close if you guys are new in the stream. Spike that thumbs up, hit that like, hit that sub, ring that notification bell as well. That is so close. That is right close to the white there. That looks like it's barely a 3. That looks barely a 3 by like a millimeter. It's that close. As he was leaning forward, as we take a look at the replay right now, this is huge for Davion Mintz for this call. This is huge. Ain't over for sure. I've seen crazier things. I'm a Celtics fan, by the way, and I remember the game back in March against the Brooklyn Nets where Celtics were up by 30. They blew it, and they lost in overtime. And Karis LeVert went off for 51 in that game. Yeah, anything could happen. NCAA Tournament 2016, Texas A&M against Northern Iowa. And that one was insane. That, right there from that angle, oh man, that is so close. That is so close. That is so close. Wow. I bet they have better pictures on the review board than what my 19-inch Samsung TV can show me in my living room right now. It looks barely behind the line. Barely behind the line. Man. It's like by a millimeter. Crazy. It's going to come down to a final ruling here. They're still talking about it right now at the scores table. And they're going to give him the 3 right there. So it is a 3 with 12.4. Huge, huge shot by Davion Mintz leaning forward. Able to get that one. That is huge. 3-point shots right there. 63-62. It is a 3-point shot by Kentucky as they had just rolled it. That was insane, Ryan, for sure. They were down by 12 points with like 47 seconds and won that game in OT. So Kansas going to get the inbound coming up. Of course, Kentucky going to have to foul. Kansas here to get the inbound. 1 timeout left for Kansas. Kentucky with no timeouts. And Boston comes running up and has to foul Agbaji. So Agbaji with 10.2 left to go. Going to go to the free throw line in the double bonus shoot too. Ochai Agbaji today 2 for 4 at the free throw line. Really cold. Not his game at all. He's missed 12 shots. 5 for 17 shooting. So 2 free throws coming up by Agbaji here at the line. First free throw coming up. This one's up. Got it. 64-62. 10.2 seconds remaining. Second free throw coming up. Big one by Agbaji. If you guys are new in the stream, spike that thumbs up. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. Ring that notification bell as well as I cover play-by-play basketball here. College, NBA games, and behind the arc basketball. Second free throw. Agbaji. Got it. 65-62. Kentucky with 10.2 seconds left to go. And Kansas going to take their timeout. So out of timeouts for both of these teams right now. Kansas just elected to take their final timeout, and Kentucky already out of timeouts. So right now we're on the timeout with 10.2 seconds. Let's see. Let's see here. Any channel name ideas for Bradley's channel? Gonna be mostly Louisville content right there. Something with cards in it, probably. If it's going to be Louisville content right there. Maybe something like the House of Cards. Or something like that. For Louisville content. We'll see if we maybe get the buzzer beater. That'd be insane. In this type of game here. 65-62. Kentucky's going to get the inbound coming up with 10.2 seconds remaining here. Kansas, big star for this game today. Jalen Wilson leading the way. 23 points. In the second half, he scored 21 of those points. And then 17 by Agbaji in this one for Kentucky, leading the way. Brandon Boston with 12. Davion Mintz with 12 with that 3-point shot. As they had a review a couple of minutes ago. Isaiah Jackson, though, has done a great job defensively in this game. He's got 12 rebounds along with 8 blocks. 12 total blocks by Kentucky. So Kentucky is going to have to need a 3, and they are 3 for 20. From the outside in this one, 15%, as they're going to have to believe in a miracle here from the outside to knock one down, and I would expect Davion Mintz to go to, as he has knocked down 2 out of the 3 3-point attempts today, as he has been the one from the perimeter here. So remember, no spoilers, we got 80 people out here, 10.2 seconds remaining, Kentucky, going to get the inbound coming up. So they put the ball now into the hands of Sarr. Pass up, pass half court, into the hands of Mintz here. Mintz, step back 3, left wing, it's up. No good. Hit the front rim, fight for the rebound. Kansas comes down with the basketball, runs away from the defense, and Christian Braun going to go in for a late slam dunk. Either way, the shot clock was off. As this game goes final, Davion Mintz misses the 3 right there, and this game has gone final. Rough for Kentucky as they're going to be out of the top 25, and they got a game against Georgia Tech on Sunday. This game has gone final defensive slugfest. They had it. They were up by 13 in the first half and just couldn't pull it together in this one, unfortunately. This is just total slugfest of a game in this one. The winning team shot the ball 30% from the floor here. Kansas won it because of Jalen Wilson. 23 points. He had 21 in the second half of this one at 29.9% shooting. And crazy game here just defensively. Man, hopefully tomorrow we'll have the points fly off the board. Tomorrow I plan on calling hopefully 2 much better high-scoring games. With Gonzaga versus West Virginia in the first one. And then the second one, that should be a great one. Baylor against Illinois in the last one. But Kentucky would have won the game if Olivier Sarr at one point missed a wide-open putback slam dunk. They would have been up by 4. I think the score then would have been 55-51. He missed a wide open putback slam dunk off a miss earlier in this game. And yeah, those 2 points definitely costly down the stretch in this one. Unfortunate here that haven't seen this type of basketball by Kentucky. Very, very unfortunate, shaky, and they got the road ahead. Very, very tough with the road ahead. They got Georgia Tech, who lost to Mercer there, as Georgia State and Mercer, and they got Georgia Tech next, who's really hungry there, just trying to get back healthy, and then Notre Dame coming up very soon too. So that's a wrap here for everybody. Getting really late. Actually, it's past midnight here, everybody. If you guys are new in the stream, before you sign out, spike that thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell as well here, everyone. I plan on being back tomorrow for hopefully 2 really good games as part of the doubleheader. Gonzaga, West Virginia at 7 Eastern, 10 Eastern is Illinois versus Baylor. Should be a great game there, and watch out for the points to go off the board tomorrow in that Baylor game against Illinois. That should be a great one as far as scoring. I'm going to wrap up here, everybody. Thanks so much for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of your night, everyone. Kansas gets the W here. Champions Classic 65-62 over Kentucky in this one. As this is Behind Your Basketball. Enjoy the rest of your night, everybody.